No, that says
You're live.
Says waiting.
We're live. Hey. I love you. Hey, where the monkeys. It says you're live. We're live. Come on, people. Yay! Hello, Zelly Z. Snowy the bastard. Mad Brody. Oi, oi. Oi, oi, Savaloy.
MC on the ones and twos. I got sort
Bada
of
bada bass, bada bo bo bo. Perfectly faded delusions. Matthew Rumble.
Oh, mate, he's there. Oh, hang on. It's doing like a reverb. Hold on.
It's alright, we can listen.
Amateur
I'm just going to
hour.
listen to myself now on the reverb. And the ones and twos.
Oh, I'm reverbing round.
Right, we'll just wait for some people to join. Fist pump to jams.
Can I hear something?
You can hear us.
But why is it coming out? Is it coming out your phone? Turn your volume down.
Alright.
That's right, it's coming from. Oh, smash. Sorry. Just turn your volume down. No, I was wondering where it was coming from. Yeah, normally it was you.
It's me. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop.
It says it's like not enough data. What's going on?
Buffering. Just sorting out our technical issues.
Is it buffering? That's what I want to know. Should we go for it there? Should we go for it there? Something like that.
Yeah.
Should figure out a way to fade that out, but
Alright.
anyway, that's enough of that music.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you've got drinks in hand. I've got a drink in hand.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Friday Night Fever. Alright, so we're going to be talking about father's rights this evening. Bit of a touchy subject, but we're going to try and have a informal, relaxed conversation about it.
Yep, the plan.
You might wonder why me and Tel want to discuss father's rights.
Echo.
Mr. Echo and Mrs. Echo Chamber, yeah. I can't call. Oh, right, but yeah. So we're gonna, just try and have a little chat about it. But yeah, so it's a subject that is close to both of our hearts because, believe it or not, we're both products of parents that have been divorced and had step parents, step brothers, dads that sort of were kind of in and out of our lives.
Yeah.
That we were kind of manipulated to believe that our dads were bad people.
Yeah.
And it's affected us both. And it's just a subject that needs discussion.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if you're aware, I should put this in the title, but we arranged this after I created the stream. But we've actually got Jason on the line. He runs a Facebook group, and
Father's Rights UK.
Father's Rights UK, and I'll put the link and whatever to everything, as and when I know what it is. But yeah, we've got Jason on the line. Jason should be able to hear us. So if he wants to come in now, it's up to him. And
Bonjour, no, I can hear you.
Bonjour, Jason.
Here he is. There's Jason. There's the man himself.
So he's just going to tell us a bit about his personal experience, and we'll go from there.
Cool. All right. So I think what you just said just a minute ago in terms of what you. Let's be clear. I don't know you two from.
Yeah, no, we've literally just met Jason over on
Just
Facebook.
met. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is really, really cool. But what you just said in those few sentences for both of you is something that I can relate to, but I've sort of ignored my whole life.
Yep.
In terms of my dad he's a bit of a knobhead.
All dads are.
Well,
All
he is,
dads
'cause,
are.
well, my daughter was born, everything's all happy in my life and everything's all good. And I tried as much as I could to involve him in my life. But at the same time, he didn't want to reciprocate that because he's got his own life. And I accept that and respect that. But I've got brothers and I've got a sister that it's impacted really, really badly. So I'm lucky I got out of that little bubble that we were all in when we were younger. And there's still stuff that goes on now, that I'm still dealing with it. And I'm still, unfortunately, I said it on my podcast, unfortunately, I had to bring up my family by myself.
So you're the older brother.
Anything anytime I get pissed off with them, I'm like, well, it's my fault because it was the 90s and it was all really messy, and my mum had a breakdown because she put up with so much shit from my dad and other blokes that come into lives afterwards. Yeah. And she had a breakdown, and that isn't her fault, and that's not her fault at all. She put up with a lot of stuff, and she never tried saying to us my dad was bad or anything like that. My dad was never there. He just disappeared. And it's men. Do you know what I mean? He just disappeared.
Was it going out for a box of fags and never coming back job?
Well, pretty much. I mean, from what I remember, and bearing in mind I've lived a colourful life.
Haven't we all?
But I remember my 7th birthday. I finally had. And we were very poor lower class family, like literally poverty line all the time. And I remember my 7th birthday, and everyone had like mates around. All my mates at school had, and then my mum and dad had a massive argument. And it was the first time I ever had a birthday party, and the last.
Oh man!
Because literally, do you know what I mean? Because they were throwing cups and plates at each other.
Oh.
And it was after that they got divorced, and I was 7 then, and that sort of impacted me in terms
like
of
imprinted in your brain.
Birthdays.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember. Do you know what I mean? So I don't like birthdays now, blah blah blah, and it's a mental thing. I've always got on with life, and I've just worked. I've not had time to stand still and think about things because I moved away from it all and just forgot about it. And in some ways, I'm pretty selfish because I only wanted to remember the mum that brought me up, not the mum that she was after the breakdown, because she gave me the strength that I have today. But I can't visualize her how she is today. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But
no.
She was never bad, and she never badmouthed my dad, but they were both as bad as each other.
It's toxic. It's just toxicity,
not through anyone's fault. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not for her fault. Should that happen? She had, I had a stepdad that fucked the whole family. Bitch, literally, that was what sent her over the edge. She'd done stuff and whatever, and that's still going on. That hurt and that broke her. But ultimately, the impact that's had on me and not having a dad. And if you look at it now, and because of lockdown, and because I've always, 2014, I remember the 5th of August 2014, where my world literally turned upside down when my ex-wife turned up. Yeah. After we'd split up for ages, and she'd gone off with another bloke, and everything was working. I had my daughter with me. She was coming to visit, but literally, she turned up with a piece of paper and said I had 7 days to get out of the house.
What?
I didn't, and I literally had no rights. I've literally got nothing. She's made an allegation up, and there was a fight, not between me and her, but between me and her brother. And
like fisticuffs fight, or like a text argument?
Trust me, she can fight. She's from
Oh man!
Oh no!
I'm not tiring everyone from Hackney.
No, well, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Literally, I'm
sorry,
I'm
Hackney
not from
people.
London, so when I was in London, I was like, she's from the Philippines. She's mixed race Philippines.
Yeah.
And she looks like a little Pocahontas.
Yeah.
And then she opens her mouth and she's like, "You fucking can't." So
Potty
I'm like,
mouth.
fucking hell, I know when I'm doing something wrong because her eyeballs pop out of their head, and fucking you're getting called a cunt. And it's like the original equivalent of Bianca, but it's fucking Bianca. Okay. Take cover. Take
across
cover.
the square.
There's no winning that argument, and every other word you're getting called a cunt. You're not going to win, are you?
Well,
So,
yeah, well, you know.
so apologies for my language.
Dropping the C-bombs. No, but as we said, this is very informal.
All women I know hate that word, which is why I was really surprised when a woman called me a cunt.
Yeah.
Because it's actually quite useful. I like cunts.
In your defence, though, you wasn't calling anybody a cunt. You was just explaining the situation.
No,
Do you know what? At the time, do you know what? When we, I didn't hear what you said probably, but ultimately, with lockdown, I've reflected that I battled. I did stuff with Fathers for Justice, which is why I'm really sort of, when I had nowhere to turn, I literally had nothing. I had to, I can tell you when I was walking, I walked around Bexley Heath for like 3 days trying to find where my ex-wife had put my daughter in a nursery that I didn't know. I found a nursery, and then they wouldn't let me hold my own daughter.
Oh.
And then they told me I wasn't allowed to cry. But there was nothing wrong with me holding my daughter. I just wasn't allowed in my house. And I'm just trying to understand why I wasn't allowed in my house, because of the allegation that was made against me. And do you know what I mean? And the thing is, when the police I got arrested, and when the police come to arrest me, I was in the garden speaking to my next door neighbour, and my next door neighbour's kid and my next door neighbour both told the police officer he was outside in the garden. There's nothing that's going on in there. When my ex-wife was screaming, I was in the garden smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
And she called the police, and then and whoever makes that first claim, yeah. So if I wanted to call the police and make an allegation, the police would have to take my word for it, and that's it. But because even my next neighbour was like, both of them, daughter and mum, were like, no, he's been in the garden, and and they didn't listen to me. It took me away, and I'm like, you know what? And then I got out, and the next day she had a court order. And I had to get out 7 days to go from there.
So can I just rewind a little bit? Guys, rewind. Why did you guys split up?
Why did we split up? Okay, so
you don't have to answer that. Obviously, it's a very personal question. It's just trying to build the story.
It's all out there. So literally, we split up because we got together when I was earning a lot of money doing recruitment, really rubbish at recruitment, but I was doing recruitment and I was earning lots of money, and I literally. Doing a Monday to Friday 9 till 5, and then I wasn't enjoying it, so I went back to doing what I enjoy, which is retail management and working with people rather than being in an office. And I'm very much a people person. I've very much got too much energy, and I talk too much. I don't know if you can tell. But,
it's good. It's good for women talking.
But literally, I went from earning lots of money. To earning less money, working more hours, but I was happier. And because I was happier, I was more confident.
Yeah.
And because I was more confident, I was probably answering back more, and I was probably having an opinion more.
She didn't like that.
Which
you naughty boy.
When we first got together, yeah. So when we first got together, we met each other. We were getting smashed. We were like parties, all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So literally, you got to think. I was earning like lots of money. So on a Friday night, we ordered lots of bits and bobs. And then,
bits and bobs.
Was you nose bagging?
That would go through until Sunday night. Yeah.
Bits and bobs.
You were nose bagging.
Bits and bobs. It's not my fault. What went on my nose? It wasn't my fault. But this is before my daughter was born. Yeah. So we were partying, and then we were always high all the time. Every time we were having that part of that relationship where we were shagging, and we were having good times, and we were happy,
making babies.
Do you know what I mean? We were happy, everything's good. We had the breaks, you know what I mean? And then everything's good, and then suddenly, she got pregnant. She got pregnant when she was in. She got pregnant when we weren't in together, and I sort of questioned that, but I was like, you know what? That's fine. We're together. You've got a baby, but that's fine. We're going. I didn't check anything. And as soon as Lila's head popped out, I knew it was my baby because she's got hair and she's got my eyes and she's literally looked like me.
So that was good because a lot of dads don't even know that their children's theirs. To be honest, I mean they pay out maintenance and stuff, and they don't even know that their child is actually their child. So at least you knew that from the offset.
I mean,
it's true what they say. I respect every single woman. I respect every single woman that can give birth because literally you leave your dignity at the door at the hospital.
Oh yeah.
And then you pick it back up on the way out.
Oh yeah.
And it was a birth pool as well. So literally lots of bits of shit floating around.
Oh man. Dude.
So you've got to be there. It was brilliant. I would never change it for the world. It was an experience of my life.
It's such a beautiful. It's such a beautiful moment, isn't it?
It is an amazing moment. I cried. I was like,
Oh,
I was happy. I was
there's
really
a
happy. You know what I mean?
poo
It's a
floating
beautiful thing.
around.
Oh, look at that poo, so majestic.
Beautiful moment. So you split up. You split up because you was happier, more confident. You was answering back.
Yeah, but ultimately there's flaws in what. Before we were getting married, before we even got married, she's Catholic, and before we even got married, we had 3 sessions of relationship counselling.
Oh.
Yeah, she'd called my mum. My mum's not all there, but it involved my mum and stuff, and my mum come down, and the patience is low because I'm not that normal type of family. My family's not big. Literally, my family. I mean, I don't even speak to them that much anymore anyway. But I was sort of ashamed of my past before, and then with lockdown, I've sort of looked at it, and I'm like, I shouldn't be ashamed. It's not. I'm not going to blame my parents. I'm not going to blame my life for not achieving things.
Oh,
I'm
no.
not ashamed of it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not ashamed of it.
Man,
And
it is what it is, isn't it? What are you going to do about it?
Exactly. Yeah. But I just think, there was when we got sober, we saw holes in our argument. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the sex all the time. It wasn't just getting high. It was just we were having to be sensible.
Yeah.
And
reality check.
And I was getting more and more reality. Yeah. And then I was getting more and more confident. And then there was and I was a bit of a dick as well. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest. Reflecting.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't eat the Filipino food. I've taught my daughter to eat with her eyes, and I'm now trying to teach my daughter not to eat with her eyes because it's bad.
A bug on a stick.
Do you know what I mean? But I wouldn't eat fish. There's Filipino food. I'd open up a bowl, and it's got fish face in it. And I'm like,
So as you said before, like I was going to ask the question, how old was your daughter when you broke up? But you said like you'd already broken up, and then she had the kid.
Well, my daughter was 2014, so I think my daughter was about 5 or 6. I forget. I think she was born in 2008. So we had a.
All right. So you broke up and you got back together again. All right. Okay.
No, we would. Yeah. So when she was pregnant, we got back together. But then when I went back to work, I knew something. You know when you're being cheated on, and there's things.
So she was cheating on you, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
So I walked in and she was upstairs. My daughter was in a travel cot. I knew something was going on. I didn't tell her I was coming home. And I just said,
yes.
She had a boyfriend. She split up with her boyfriend. She wanted the house. She causes trouble. She gets the house and gets my daughter. And that's the reality of the life. And I battled it, and it took a lot out of me. Which is why we've got that Fathers' Rights UK group, because I don't believe I did some really silly stuff. Even when we were married, and even I could have done things.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're holding a lot of guilt. Like we're all allowed to do silly stuff, Like you're allowed to do silly stuff. We all do drugs. We all try.
I don't do
yes,
silly
you
stuff.
do. You do a lot of silly stuff.
Oh, no, that was
You're
a joke.
allowed to do silly stuff. It doesn't make you a. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be allowed to see your child when you want. Because she obviously done silly stuff too.
Oh mate,
so does that mean she's got more rights?
There was a Holy Communion party that I was going to have Lila on that weekend, or my daughter on that weekend, and I said, look, I'm cool with the Holy Communion. I'll come. Didn't want to invite me, and I'm like, what? That's my daughter's Holy. I was going to my school every. I've not missed a whole. I've not missed a.
But because you've done silly
I've not
stuff.
missed a single school assembly, didn't miss everything. I was part of everything, yeah. And I
All right, hang on. Hang on a minute. So the vein of the story that what I'm hearing is like you did go up to naughty tricks while you was like together with no kids or whatever.
Everyone does.
Hang on. Let me get that's what I'm trying to say. Like she's now she's looking at she's basically a hypocrite. Basically, she's looking at you like
basically, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hypocrisy is
ultimately that's what it is. But there was shit going on in her family that I highlighted. I represented myself in court. I told the courts that I was our history. I'm open about everything. I'm not ashamed.
You shouldn't
I've made
be.
mistakes. If I've taken drugs, I've taken drugs. If I've done this, I've done this. As long as I haven't killed no one or hurt anyone.
Well, you haven't hurt anyone in the process.
Exactly. But
it doesn't.
You lose.
Go on. No, you go. Go on.
I think the problem is. It's always that fight. It's like when you're when you're on the receiving end of it, your life is over. Yeah, you've literally someone's died, but they're not dead. So you can't mourn the death.
Like grieving.
You can't mourn that. You can't grieve it because it's still there. And what I've learned to do over the years, I say, but what I tried to do over the years is try and deal with it better. But what do you do when you deal with it better? You probably drink more.
Yeah.
You probably take more drugs. You probably anything. So what my thing was, I worked more. So I literally worked more. And if I didn't work, I probably would have. I tried overdosing many times. I tried taking as many drugs as I could, and I just couldn't die. I tried drinking more than I ever could, and I still didn't die.
You couldn't die,
So-
or was it like was you attention seeking?
No,
Was it not attention seeking, like a cry? Was it a cry for help? Was it? I'm using the wrong word. Was it a cry for help?
I wasn't telling anyone. I wasn't telling people that I was doing all this stuff. So I would go to work. I've not been out of work. This is I'd go to work and I'd start drinking at 11 o'clock. I'd buy a bottle of Coke,
Oh,
big litre bottle of Coke, a big litre bottle of vodka, or a half litre bottle of vodka, pour. I'd drinking when I was working. And then I would travel, and I'd have to travel to North London from South. I drank more in that time and took more drugs in that time that no one knew about.
Or just
And I was sort of hoping-
was it numbing the pain job?
Yes, 100%. And then when I looked for Google for help, Fathers for Justice come up. And then
yeah.
I thought, oh, I've got support here. But then they didn't want to support me.
Yeah,
They just want headlines.
let me just interject here, because I made the mistake of calling this stream originally Justice for Dads, and they said Justice
Fathers
for
for
Dads.
Justice.
Fathers
Yeah,
for
but we
Justice.
didn't know that it was this organisation.
That's cool. No, that's cool. But that's because that's the work they've done is phenomenal. Yeah, but when they needed to do it, it was really good. But I don't think it helps anyone's case unless you've got money to throw at it. It ain't
Yeah.
going to help you. You know what I mean? I burnt my when I had a court order to give me 50-50 shared care, and my ex-wife didn't want to follow it. So I'm going to the door, trying to get my daughter. She's not answering. She's not even there. The police turn up. It's a civil matter. They won't do anything. But I've got a court order. So I literally burnt the court order, put it on YouTube.
You have alluded to the court thing, but I think people would be interested in if you took it through step by step, like the process of what occurs with that.
Yeah, like, what would your
Oh,
advice
step by
be?
step.
Yeah, not step, but
It's difficult.
but not like read out everything.
Like your step by step. How
Yeah,
did
yeah.
you get to find out about sort of what
Yeah,
the process you had to go through?
I imagine you probably get like a notice, you get like a letter, like you said, like you alluded to before. You just get the letter, but then what goes from there? What's in the letter, and then what goes from there?
It's just any partner can go to a court and make an allegation against the other partner, and then generally, majority of times, it's going to be the woman that does it against the man. And in some cases, the man, and I accept that, you know what, I made mistakes throughout my relationship. I'm not going to keep going into detail, but I'm not perfect. But she's not perfect. It takes two to have
Well,
that
yeah.
stuff, yeah? But, yeah, so I never laid a finger on her, I never cheated on her, I never done it, but yes, it was toxic, yeah? But ultimately, what will happen is someone will come up with a court order, you've got 7 days then to get out of the property. Then you've got to find...
So how many days was that? 7 days.
7 days I had to get out of my
You get 7 days to get to, that's it.
To get
gone.
out.
Oh man.
So where did you go?
I had nowhere to go. So the thing is, because all my family are not in London, I had to ask my work colleagues to put me up and stay on various sofas and whatnot until I sort of thought I'd hit rock bottom.
Sofa surfing for how long?
It was months, 2-3 months.
Oh, man.
What?
Yeah, and in that time, you feel broken, you
Yeah.
feel lost, and you feel
Down.
I've got a house. I've gone from being a homeowner with everything I want, and then my daughter, to having nothing. And it's embarrassing because as a man, it's like everyone's going to prejudge you because someone says you've done something. It's our job to prove that we haven't done it, but everyone presumes you have.
Yeah.
Then you've got CAFCAS, then you've got social services, and then every single thing you've said in your relationship that was a banter and joke at the time gets twisted against you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if I could say, oh, your lipstick smudge, you look minging today, or if something stupid like that,
Yeah.
that gets used against you, and it's like, well, he said my lipstick smudge, and I'm fucking this and that, and I couldn't walk up to stairs, I was so fat. And I'm like, she was not fat. She's too skinny now. She's got no fucking meat on her.
Well, she's Filipino.
And everything.
I don't think I've ever seen a fat Filipino.
I liked you how you were, but I didn't tell you to stop fucking. I didn't tell you to keep eating your biscuits or fucking eating your cheese and whatever you fucking eat, or your fucking Filipino fish and chips, whatever it is. I didn't tell you to keep fucking eating.
Sore finger?
Fucking not go for a run.
Sore finger?
I told you to get out of that fucking-
We're
I told you to
bordering
get out there,
racism
man.
here.
There's
We're
a
bordering
fucking massive field
racism.
across the road.
Sore
Go
finger?
to the fucking mouth.
Alright.
Shut up.
Did
She
it,
couldn't
did,
get up in the morning and fucking go for a run,
did,
but she wants to blame me for that.
did it come up in court that you asked her for sore finger?
Shut up. We're not going down a race.
I'm just saying, did it come up in court you asking for sore finger?
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not.
Sore
Right.
finger?
No, it just ruined the chat. But, but besides all of these things, even if he was like, you know, a bad person and she was a little bit bad, how does that even come into the equation that you're now not allowed to see your daughter? I mean, have you seen her? Do you see her? Do you see her often? Like, what's?
Yeah. So literally, I've got 50.
Can't hear you.
You're cutting out, man.
I've got 50-50 shared care as much as I can now. Yeah.
Right, but is it taking you a long
Yeah,
time
so-
to get that?
It's taken me a long time to get it. Not only that, you can get it, but it can be taken away from you. So she's
Right.
always in control. She's always got like the worst thing is, something else happened before Christmas. I said to my ex and like I said to Lila, because me and Lila talk about everything. So I said to Lila, look, I'm staying in hotels. It's not right for you to come and stay with me, but I'm going to come to you, and we'll spend each day together rather than have that overnight stuff. My ex used that to go back to court again, and then try not to have contact. She tried making me go and visit my daughter in a contact centre where I'm supervised. I ain't fucking
No.
I've got a mouth on me and I can speak, and I don't think before I speak generally, but I'm not bad. You want to do that, but the judge tells us. The thing is, what's beautiful is though, the world is changing because the judges now know that that's what women do.
Yeah.
Now with this new law that's coming in, it's going to throw.
What's the new
mother
law?
everything
What's the
because
new law?
I think it's something to do with like you can't. It's something to do with like. If a woman claims domestic violence, it's even harder. It's going to be even more difficult for the male to be around to try and prove that he hasn't done it, because the person who claims domestic violence gets more rights, basically, long and short.
Well, yeah, domestic violence is a whole nother ball game. But I mean, there wasn't any domestic violence in your personal case.
No, but there was. That's what she claims. She claimed.
Oh,
that's what she
Right,
claimed.
so they can openly claim that without any evidence.
Yeah. That's exactly it. That's exactly the point.
Can I
She can claim it, no evidence,
can I
and because they made the claim, they can come and take you away.
Can I ask a candy
What?
can I ask a candy question about, like, obviously the courts here, like it's a family court, yes, it's a closed court. There's no jury or any of that. It's just like you know, some magistrates sitting behind the bench, yeah. But in terms of the claims that your ex brought on you, like, who paid for that?
I represented myself because I couldn't afford anything else.
Yeah, no.
She paid for her solicitor, but then she tried when I sold my half of the house to her, because I almost got everything I wanted. But then Lila said she wants to live with her mum, and then I said, do you know what? You always get what you want, so I'm gonna let you live with your mum. I'm gonna say, yeah, let's do this. As long as I've got a relationship with my daughter, that's fine. So I sold my share of the house. But literally, when I sold my share of the house to her, she tried charging me the solicitor's fees. I said, whoa. It's not my fault. It's not my fault your solicitors were shit. And just because you're talking shit, and I managed to show that you're talking shit, that the judges want, every child needs a mum and a dad.
Yeah.
And just because a relationship breaks down, yeah, it's going to be difficult if there is domestic violence involved, and there is, and women beat up men as much as men beat up women.
Yeah, she bashes me up all the time, man. Look, she's bashing me up now, man.
The problem is men don't shout about it. Yeah, men don't go and say I've just been beaten.
I'm shouting about it. I'm
Shut
shouting about it now.
up.
No one's listening to me. Did you see evidence of it? God.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. They don't. No, men.
I was
But men.
she was throwing plates and stuff at me, but I would go to work with cuts on my head. I'd make excuses for it. I'm not going to go and say that I've just been beaten up by a girl.
Well, no,
As a
because
man,
please
it's
don't
really
even take you
difficult as a-
seriously. Yeah.
It's difficult for a man. We've got this exterior. We're like a turtle.
Well,
or
yeah.
an armadillo.
The thing is,
Well,
if
trying
she
to
threw
outside
a
the
plate
middle.
at you,
but-
that'd be alright. But then if you threw a plate at her back, then it'd be like, oh my god, you just threw a plate at me,
Yeah,
and then you would get done for that.
Yeah,
That's not
But
right.
men are even simpler than that to a level. Even if you fell down the stairs and we smashed her face on the floor, like, we go, oh, it's nothing. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be the case that your woman just bashed you up or hit you with a hammer or whatever. Like we just go, it's nothing. No, it's all right. Got to go
There's
work now.
emotional stuff in there as well. There's emotional stuff in there as well. Like, you know, men. I used to get threatened all the time. Or if you, I leave you and I'll take my daughter with me. You know, the majority of the modern men don't want to lose their kids.
Well, yeah, it's the greatest weapon, isn't it? That is the greatest domestic violence, is using your child as a weapon, and that is what women like to do. That is domestic violence, I think, when the child is a weapon.
Hang on, I got to ask a question from the chat. Matty Ram was asking, was you offered a duty solicitor?
Was I offered a duty solicitor? I probably was. Yeah. No. Well, when I went to the police cells, they always offer you a duty solicitor. But in family courts, no. You have to search yourself.
Yeah. So you wasn't even offered like a duty solicitor like that.
No.
Wow.
Not in family court. You don't get offered it. I was working. Bear in mind, I was working. If you've got different circumstances, you may qualify for it. But if you're earning over a certain amount of money, you ain't gonna qualify for it.
No, man. Honestly, I'll speak candidly. Like I've had some court cases in magistrates' courts and stuff, and they're mostly driving offences or whatever. And I was earning good money, and I did the same as you. I defended myself, but I literally had to. I'm not going to say how I told her to go away, like, but I basically told her to go away. It's like, go away. I don't want you. She wouldn't leave. She wouldn't leave me alone. I don't know. So I'm quite surprised that in a family court. That's news to me. Is that just in your case, or is that just how family courts run? Like, if you haven't got the money, you have to defend yourself.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I think, but if it wasn't for, but this is the complication, right? Because just because men and relationships happen and you fall out with your partner and there's a kid involved, that makes it complicated. If there was no kid involved, you go your own separate ways.
Yeah.
However, the problem you have is many men don't want to jump through these hoops to try and maintain that relationship with their kid.
You shouldn't have to.
Yeah, because of course you have to, but.
Yeah, but
I mean, you shouldn't have to. I mean, women, it shouldn't even be brought to this point. This is what I mean. You shouldn't even have to come to court cases. This is what I mean. I don't mean you should. Like, you should have to. If it gets to it, absolutely try and jump through these hoops. But I'm just saying, between the mother and the father, it shouldn't. I know you said it's like toxic and it was like a horrendous arguing conversation, but did you ever have a conversation with your ex to try and work this out of court? Was it always just
we did mediation and stuff? No, yeah. So we did mediation and stuff. But there's things that I highlighted and proved that she was lying that made her even more angry. Yeah, when I made her even more angry, she still to this day we only have to communicate via email. Which
really
I've attended so many. Yeah. So, like, the most painful thing, I've done separated parents program, which is the courts asked me to do it, asked her to do it. She didn't do it, I did it. No one said anything about her not doing it. I would have got in trouble if I didn't do it. Social services stopped chasing her after courts, after everything, because she stopped making contact with social services and wouldn't let me in or wouldn't let me speak to my daughter at the school. Whatever women want, if it was a man doing what women get away with in these circumstances, we wouldn't get away with it. And that's the frustration that men have, because we're very passionate. We're like, fucking, that's my daughter. You just fucking taken my kid, and I'm going to sit there and let it happen. And you don't know what to do. And if you've got no one to turn to, and if you haven't got a strong family, and if you haven't got people that you can, if you haven't got people that's going to put you under their wing, and I'm lucky. I've had people that were there for me, and I've been by myself a lot. But Fathers of Justice, they were there for me, and I learned a lot from them. But I also learned that they're very selfish.
Do you want to talk about that? Because you did something at the nursery or something you alluded to earlier. Do you want to talk about that?
So
I just thought that was quite funny. If you want a funny story, go on.
Say that again, sorry.
I just thought that was a good story to say. Like, if you want, you alluded to it earlier.
No, I got banned. Yeah. So I got banned from my daughter's school. I'd never missed a single sharing assembly or anything that she was involved with. When everything was cool, I was going and read with the kids on a Thursday. And then all this was going off. And then one of my ex-wife's mates called me a knobhead or something silly. Rather than reacting, because I've been called worse than knobhead before. So rather than reacting, and I had my daughter with me, I said, rather than reacting, I walked into the school, I just ignored her, walked in, and to the reception and said, wait, this person over there has just called me a knobhead. And this was after her boyfriend attacked me
Oh,
at the rugby club at the Holy Communion, and I was trying to get Lila, and they were all taking shit off, blah blah blah. But basically, Lila got put in my care for a little while, and this was after all this stuff had happened, and she'd called me in the bed. And I was like, I'm going to report it to the head teacher. The head teacher then banned me from the school. And I'm like, what? I've just reported that I could have retaliated. I could have done anything, but I didn't. I've come and reported it. But you're banning me from the school.
Man,
Don't get me wrong, they banned her as well. But the fact of the matter is, I said, look, I've got my daughter's PE. What is it? Every summer they do it. Sports day.
yeah.
That's the thing. Sports day. So I've never missed a single one, but I had to miss that one. But I actually turned up dressed not like a woman, but dressed up like in a Mac and stuff. We did.
Incognito. Incognito. Did you put? What did you go as? You went as a woman. You went.
So you went in disguise.
Wig and
oh man, man, we need.
Would you go as a
woman? Like Mr. Doubtfire.
We need a picture of that, man. Honestly,
I've got a picture somewhere. But literally, I got,
text it to me, and I'll put it to the camera.
I need to find it.
I'll joke.
But I did a protest outside the front of the school. I just handed out leaflets, done all sorts of stuff. And finally, my voice was heard, and I got into a little bit. The courts didn't like it. The family courts didn't like it. In fact, in a lot of cases, it worked against me until I turned around and said, "I'm not with Fathers for Justice. They're bad. They're bad people." So I played that game a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started realizing that if you work with the system, then against it, which is difficult because I have to sit on my hands. Because if someone says something I don't agree with, generally I'm going to say I don't agree with that, and then let's have a talk about it. But when it's a social worker who's supporting your ex-wife, or when it's Kafka supporting the ex-wife, and when everyone's supporting someone else and they ain't got no proof or anything, they're just talking shit, and then they're judging you on that, it's very difficult to play that game. It's very because they're talking shit and you taking my kid and I'm left with nothing, and it's difficult. It's emotional, and there's no surprise that people.
I was going to say, like, I was going to say we made a laugh and a joke about it that on the fence just remind you about it, but it's a sad state of affairs that you have to go as trans to go see your kid do school, and your kid doesn't even know you're there.
My dad used to come and drive by the school every day to come and see me.
Man.
He did that.
My dad. It's all good. We're making a laugh and joke of it about it, though. But like, man, sports day to me, like I was quite an athletic kid growing up, man.
Yeah, and you wanted your dad there. Man,
it's one of the things that always cuts me. Like now, as because with my father or whatever, he never came once, not once. I run for my county. I live Essex or whatever, and I did quite well in athletics or whatever. And he never ever came once to any of it. Like I did motocross races and stuff. Like he never came to any of it. He never comes. Like I would, as a kid, like you'd be like, you know, at the start. You
want to see your parents' faces
at the starting blocks. I always looked up to see if my dad was there every time, like, and it always wrecked me as well. Like, you know, like I'd always get pissed off with myself because I'm meant to be focusing, but then my mind goes,
you're like looking in the crowd, like,
I'm weak. Why am I worried if my dad's there or not? Do you know what I mean?
Because you want to make your parents proud. You want them both there. You want them both there to see you achieving, and they're not. And
maybe he was there in drag or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he was just dressed as a mum.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, we're laughing and joking about it. Though. Like, for you and your kid, that is horrendous.
But she knows. But the thing is, though, right now she knows everything I've gone through. She knows. Even it was Father's Day the other week, and she sent me everything is shut, obviously, but we spent the day together. And the judge, when we were last in court, we were still waiting to go back again, because even when and this is the thing, even when you think you've got everything sorted, even when you think everything's amicable, something can come along and just swipe it away, and it's generally going to be the woman, the mum, who's in control of that.
But why? Why is she doing it? Why is she doing that? Is it she's just power stricken? Does she just want to be in control? Why is she doing that?
No, I've got a question on this one. I was interested in what Jason would think about it, because it goes down to you know, like relationship toxic. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a very good looking 40-year-old.
40. So I'm 38, so we're basically the same age, yeah. Whatever. So how old was your missus?
Yeah.
How old was your missus?
She
you
was
being
37.
So
No, 38. 38. She was 81. 81 she was born.
The reason why I ask about age is because, like you said, have your high time, have a good crack, a good laugh or whatever, and then life sneaks up on you. But it goes to my wife's question in terms of why is she doing this? Because I thought about this earlier, this stream coming up. Why are these women toxic this way? It seems to be like.
I don't know if it's age because I'm 35.
No, I'm
and
not talking about age. I'm not talking about age. I was just asking.
Asked his age.
Yeah, it's just trying to see whether it's like a. It's like people.
I think if you talk to a woman about it, they'll say, "Oh, because he did this to me, did that to me, blah blah blah."
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
No. But I was going to sense the question. But is she on antidepressants?
No, she's not. She's just.
Postnatal, postnatal
They, you
antidepressant.
know what they tried doing when she was born? When Lila was born, they tried saying I had postnatal depression. I went to the doctors, got myself checked out, answered all these questions. She says, "No, you're fine."
Yeah.
They keep putting mental health. They keep pulling mental health into it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I keep getting myself checked out, and I wish I had. I wish I did have something wrong with me. I keep saying
No.
We all suffer from depressions. One day.
Absolutely.
Always,
I'm not talking about you. I'm just trying to allude to the reason why it is.
Because she's just nuts. She's a bitch.
Ultimately, I think it's because
she's just a bitch.
bitch.
She's the ultimate bitch, yeah.
Narcissistic.
No.
I don't want to.
No.
I think no, right? No. I'm not. I take that. If she's listening, I don't mean she's not a bitch.
Yeah.
She's not a bitch.
Yeah.
No, what I'm as from me as a woman, it's a lot to do with trust. And they're your babies. Like you give birth, you carry them for 9 months. They're your babies. You love them. You split up with your husband, no matter what he does. I mean, if Echo cheated on me and then he left, I would hate him. And the first thing I would want to do is protect my babies. I'd be like, no. But the right thing to do would be to let him. I'd have to trust him to take them, and let him have his time. Like he's entitled to his time. Like she's just protecting her babies. That's what she's doing.
She's not protecting her baby, because if you're protecting a baby, then what she's
letting
the baby see.
She thinks.
What she's trying to do. Is trying to hurt the dad.
And she wants to control. Yeah. She wants the power. She wants to control. She wants to feel like she's protecting her babies. Maybe it's a trust issue. Maybe she just.
The baby, but it's not protecting the baby. It's not protecting the baby, because I've never hurt anyone. I've never.
It doesn't.
I got blamed. I was speaking to her on the phone. One time I was speaking to her on the phone on the train on the way from London Bridge into South London, and then Lila got into the car. I was speaking to her on the phone. Lila opens the cupboard. She bit into a bio capsule thing. Yeah. That's my fault. I wasn't even fucking home. That was my fault. I fucking got in. I got in.
Yeah, you're just like your dad.
With Lila under her arms. She's like, "You fucking cunt. You fucking made Lila. You didn't. You were talking to me on the phone. I wasn't watching Lila. So that's my fault that you weren't watching Lila.
Oh,
fuck off."
Man, honestly,
we got it all sorted.
We are not
going.
The reality is. I was gonna say we're not gonna solve the reason why women are toxic bitches and stuff or whatever.
They want to hurt. They want to hurt. When a woman's scorned, is a woman scorned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat that.
Yeah. But I don't. Just trying to understand. You know more about this than myself or whatever. So is that what it is? They're just they're thinking with emotion. They're not thinking rationally. They let their emotions take over. And they're not actually thinking rationally. What's best for my kid would spend time with their father. Yeah. Okay.
And the same as the men do the same. We do the same. Look, if I wouldn't have gone on top of my daughter's school roof and
on top of her roof.
If I was thinking emotionally, if I wasn't thinking emotionally, if I was thinking logically, I was thinking, you're taking my daughter, then this is a battle. It's a battle. And you don't want to, and no one wants to lose a battle. So, the thing is, you're fighting for your kid. And then it's like, and do you know what I mean? And it's a no-win situation. So, but if you've got one person, and it's taken me a long time to think, do you know what? Whatever she says, I just generally say yes to, or don't respond to until 48 hours later, because otherwise it's too emotional. So whenever I'm writing to an hour, whenever I'm doing anything, I do it with no emotion. I do it as if I'm doing it for someone else. And if you do that, you work with the system. The system sees that you're doing it logically, and the system wants and knows now that the children need a mum and a dad, because the impact of having no dad, if you look at my family, I had no dad. I was the best thing they had to dad. We're all pretty fucked one way or another. Yeah, the hurt it causes for not being a no. There's things that have happened, even in current relationships. I don't know sometimes how to deal with things because no one told me.
So have you got a girlfriend?
Was my dad. Oasis is my dad. Do you know what I mean? What the fucking chance? What chance do I have to be in?
Champagne supernova in the sky.
So have you got a girlfriend? Has Lila got a stepmom and a stepdad?
No. She's probably got lots of uncles with her mum.
No.
She's probably, but
dude.
me and Lila were very, very close. So when she's 12, 13, I think she's 12. She's going on 13, going on 33. But because of my humour and the things we've done, the things we talk about, you probably wouldn't talk about with a 12-year-old or 13-year-old. She's been school counsel, in a primary school counsel out of 3 of 6 years. And I helped her. There's stuff that she's done and there's stuff that she's achieving, which is phenomenal. What my fear is that she's hurting. She's hurting inside.
Of course she is. Of course
she doesn't want to see her mum. She doesn't tell me. She tells me. She doesn't want us to go to court. She tells me. Literally, she's told her mum now, and now she's getting to an age, and this is the beautiful thing. She's getting to an age now where she's telling her mum what she wants.
Absolutely.
So we haven't got a court order for summer holidays. So what I'm supposed to be doing is every Sunday I'm supposed to be travelling.
All right. Hang on. Let me interrupt, dude. Honestly, because people listen to this or whatever, and when they're babies and young, it's all emotional. You want to does it get easier the older the kid gets?
It gets easier.
And of course, the kid gets the voice.
As long as you maintain the relationship with the child throughout the younger years. Yeah, you can't just come back in.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
here we are. Yeah. You can't. You've got. I'm lucky that me and Lila were close for all those years, and we're really close. And I've made sure. And I said to her, she's getting old now. She doesn't want to come and. Do you know what? She gets embarrassed by me. I think I'm funny. But
dad jokes.
Everyone's embarrassed by that.
Dad jokes are the best. Yeah.
I know when I've got a good shirt on. If she says it's horrible, I'm like, that's the shirt I'm buying.
I got a Beatles t-shirt. You can't see me, but I've got a Beatles t-shirt. I got the ultimate dad t-shirt on in a minute.
I've got a beautiful
t-shirt. Okay, so me and I go to gigs. We go to festivals. We're meant to go to Reading Festival this year. We take it in turns. She goes to a boy band, teeny bot, I take her there. But we have to have that relationship. And I've had to work for that. And now she's at an age where she can say to me, Daddy, I've got friends now. And I'm over here, but all her friends are over there. And I respect that. And I said to her, look, you know where I'm at. We space time every day. I've done the hard work now. When you want me, I'm here. And she knows I get sad. She said she's learning about loneliness. And she said, Daddy, are you lonely? No, I'm not lonely. I don't want to feel in my pain. I'm not I've got my plants.
So the moral story is like, yes, the system sucks, but stick with it. Stay engaged with your kids.
Yes.
Stay engaged with your kids because it gets easier the older they get. As long as you stay engaged with your kids. Oh man, honestly.
As long as you play the rule, it's not easy.
You do. Well, don't let me have the sound bite. You say it. Go on, you say it, man. Honestly, that's the truth of it, man, isn't it? Let's face it. That's what I've learned from it.
You have to play the game. You can't fight the system. You have to work with the system. And if you battle it, it just shows. If you battle it with emotion, which is easy to do, it shows them what your ex-wife is saying or your girlfriend's saying. It's true because look, he's getting emotional. Look, he's getting upset. Of course he is. You're taking away his kid. Yeah, but ultimately, if you have to find a coping mechanism, which is why I'm really good at helping people. Just listen to what they're, and they can tell me. Even, and you know what really pisses me off? Even if you did hit your ex-wife, girlfriend, whatever, if you did do something wrong, that doesn't mean you're going to be a shit dad.
No,
well, I'd question that.
She might have deserved it. She might have fucking deserved it.
I'd question that.
She might have fucking deserved it, man.
No one deserves that. No one deserves that.
It depends what they're doing. If
she deserves it if she hit you.
No, if
she doesn't deserve it.
If the female's like attacking, I listened to what he said. Yeah, if the female's attacking the kids and you like not clump her, but like manhandle her.
Well, yeah, you can like
Yeah,
throw her out.
Do you see
Grab
what, do you
her.
see what I mean? Yeah.
You can restrain her.
Restrain her.
Yeah, but you don't hit
restrain her.
her
And she
back.
head butts herself on the wall, and then she tells the police that he hit me. But what you're doing, like, I'm just saying, like, don't look at me like that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I listen to what you said. Like, in terms of just because, like, if you was in an abusive relationship, like, it doesn't mean you're not a good dad. There are. Yeah.
But your
Ultimately,
mental
what
stability
I'm
would be
saying is-
questionable.
Oh yeah. I know.
I wouldn't trust. If you like bashed me,
Violence.
I wouldn't want you seeing the kids. You'd have to.
Violence is never the answer.
Oh
Violence
no,
is never the
it's
answer.
not.
Yeah.
It's
But
not.
It's definitely never the answer.
But then my dad smacked us, but he never hit my mum.
Because okay. Before this goes all wrong, but if a man does hit a woman, right, and he is a bit of a dick towards that woman, and he probably doesn't got a dad. He probably has got mental health issues. He's probably got some wrong with from when he's been brought up. Yeah, because you should never hit anyone. She'd never hit a woman. She'd never hit. First thing you should
I
do
don't
to a woman
know.
is-
Anger can overtake all of us. We can all see red. We can all be like, man, I fucking punch you in the face. But there is a line
Women
that
should-
you
women
don't
shouldn't
cross.
Women shouldn't hit men either. No one should hit anyone.
No,
It does
exactly.
happen.
No,
Yeah.
no. I've
but-
never.
Well,
hit-
we are meant to like teach our kids by our actions.
They
Yeah?
learn
By
by
our actions. So
example.
if
Learn
we're taking chunks out of each other, they're going to take chunks out of each other, and then we're going to be fighting for time immemorial, aren't we? Like, it's never going to happen. So
Like we argue like motherfuckers, but we
Yeah.
think it's healthy for our kids to see that we argue
Yeah.
and then we make up. We don't hit each other.
yeah.
Like we might be like,
I'm not saying we may. No.
That's why I got a
I'm
punch
but some
back.
people were like, don't argue in front of the
We
children.
argue like cat and dog, but
Yeah.
we're not cat and dog. That's a bit extreme. But there's no physical. She's the dog. I'm the cat. But,
What?
that was a joke. That was a joke. She's in the other room.
Man,
She's
I-
listening, her head just turned.
Man,
It was a joke. It was a joke.
I called your ex missus
joke.
I called your ex missus a bitch earlier, and now you're calling your current missus a dog.
Oh,
Look, it's all humour.
No.
But we don't want to offend any snowflakes.
No, I'm messing with you.
my point is, right, even if something does go wrong in the relationship and the man or the woman does hit each other,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that each other should not have the right to see the child. That doesn't
No,
mean they're going to be
exactly.
bad parents.
No, exactly. Yeah.
That doesn't mean.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't use that. They shouldn't use the
No, they
child
shouldn't. They
as a
shouldn't.
reason not to see each other.
No, you're right.
No, of course it should. Yeah, it's 52 of one and half a dozen of the other. Do you know what I mean? When any fight.
As long as you're not being violent in front of the child, and this
Yeah.
is something.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and mates were terrible. We argued a lot in front of my daughter, and that's something I'm
But that's
You shouldn't have
okay.
done.
That's okay to argue in front of your
wait,
kids. like-
Jason, what I think you're trying to allude to is there's fisticuffs, yeah. So it could be your fault, it could be her fault, yeah. Whatever, like it seems to be the case is that obviously like the institutions or whatever will come down on the side of the female because obviously they are the weaker sex.
They'll be like,
They are
"Oh,
the weaker,
hit
they are the
me,
weaker sex. So
hit
it's just
me."
whatever. Get over that one, yeah. And to be honest, like you'd agree with me. To be honest, you kind of do want the state to go that way a little bit, yeah, because they are the weaker sex, like benefit of doubt maybe. But it just seems to be.
My daughter's a female. My daughter's a female. So I don't want. She's not the weaker sex. It's equality.
No,
No.
I'm talking.
It's stronger.
I'm talking.
What do you mean, like, physically, like,
I'm
strength?
talking physically. I'm not talking like a equality.
Talking about, I
Yeah,
could floor you right now.
No, I'm just trying to get to a point, like a rational idea of it.
Yeah, so if you actually had to fight, like you're
An
more likely
actual
to
fight.
win.
The actual it's just obvious, yeah, that men are physically stronger.
We are physically stronger. Yes.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is that you would agree with me, would you say that you would want the state and all the Celts and that to actually be a little bit shifted towards the females on that one, yeah? But but it seems to have swung too far. Is that what you're telling me? In terms of a claim against yourself, physical thing, like the whole standard seemed to have gone too far to the female side. Is that what's occurring? Or?
It's gone far too far.
Yeah.
Whoa. No, there's never been any domestic violence here.
Some things are changing. Some things are changing as well. So some things are changing as well. And some things are changing in terms of how the police are operating now, because they will take you into the police station. What they should be doing is taking you into the police station, not charging you, having a conversation with you, not arresting you, having a conversation under caution, not putting anything on your record. But then if it's obvious that you've done something wrong, charge you. If it's not obvious and there's no proof anywhere, don't charge you and don't arrest you. But then make sure you've got somewhere else to go, because ultimately, when you go into family courts, it's fucked. You've got to show that you can be sensible. So going and doing far right stuff like jumping off buildings and all that stuff doesn't work with the courts. Yeah, it gives headlines. It gives headlines. It doesn't work with the courts. You have to use.
Are you getting to the point though? Like, in terms of like Fathers to Justice, they probably helped you initially in terms of listening to your case, like voicing, like in working it through in your mind, what's occurring or whatever. But what they're actually doing is counterproductive.
Yes. So what they're actually doing is they're riling you up even more. They're going to say it's against you. They're putting all the negative stuff in your head, rather than look at the positives. And there's always, no matter what happens in life, there's always positives, unless there is no positives. Because do you know what I mean? There's always a positive. There's always a positive. There's always someone in a worse situation. At least from what I know in my experiences. Yeah, my life isn't bad. There's always someone else in a worse place. And what gets me through is helping other people. So what Fathers for Justice want to do is they will help you. They will give you advice. They might write your position statement for you. But they want you to go and do something silly like go on a cricket pitch and put red paint all over the place or something like that. Or
it's a protest.
They want headlines. They
want a riot.
They doing their work.
They want money.
The back of it.
They want like advertisement.
They want money.
It's like free advertisement. Let's get more dressed up as drag queens, and then we'll get up a building, and it'll make the news. You know. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. A lot of charities like that, man. Honestly, it's heartbreaking.
I think the best thing that I've learned from them is it does work when you need to do it, but you need to be prepared for the consequences. And as long as it's not a big thing, and what we really need to do is we need to get everyone protesting. Yeah, and the problem we have with dads, and because it doesn't just impact me. If I had a big family, it'd impact my mum, it'd impact my auntie, my gran, everyone else. There's men out there that are going through this but are being supported. So my girlfriend supports me. But if I didn't have her, I wouldn't have my mum. I'd be by myself. Yeah. But if I did have my family, that's going to impact my mum and no one's going to see my daughter. Doesn't know any of my side of the family properly.
Can I just say,
it doesn't just impact the man. It doesn't just impact the man. It impacts the wider family, grands, uncles, nephews, everyone.
Can I just ask about your girlfriend? A personal question again, don't have to answer it. Has she got children?
Yeah.
So she knows what it's like to be a mother. So I'm assuming that when your daughter is around, I mean, is she there? Is she like a second mum? Is she a stepmother? Does she treat her like one of her own? Does she like care for your daughter?
No, my daughter hates her.
Oh, but why? Is that because of your? Is that because of her mum?
Look.
Is that because of her mum?
My daughter doesn't hate her. My daughter just doesn't like her.
Yeah, but is that because of her mum? Putting into her head. See, this is another thing that really grates Margot, is that your girlfriend, she's probably, I'm just making assumptions here, she probably would like to, be friends with your daughter and sort of be like a motherly figure when her mum's not around. And I really think that your ex-partner should have a little bit of respect. Like she should be like, well, like while you're at daddy's house, so and so's gonna, look after you.
She's never gonna be your mum. She's never like.
Never gonna be a mum. But I'm just trying to say, from my personal experience, my stepmums, I never liked him just because my mum never liked him. She was like, oh no, your dad's girlfriend, no. But really, my mum should have been like, well, while you're at daddy's house, you should be having a little bit of respect for whoever his girlfriend was at the time. He had a few. But they always treated me well, they would make me lunch, they'd look after me. If I hurt myself, they'd be like, oh, you okay? Like, they was the motherly figure, not a mum, but the motherly figure while I was there. And my mum should have promoted respect while I was there. I'm just trying to say, like, your girlfriend maybe feels a bit like she wants to be a part of it. She should be getting on with your ex-partner. They should be communicating. There should be respect there.
100%, 100%. But likewise, though, my girlfriend's ex-husband hates me, and
Why?
You know what I mean? But I get it. But the first thing is, I get it and I understand it. But you shouldn't hate me. I've said, let me come and meet you. Let me come and. I don't want to be your kid's dad. I'm not. I've got my own kid.
Yeah.
But everyone should respect each other.
I hate it, man. I hate all this, dude. Honestly, like, because like as adults, it's all our responsibility to raise good, rounded, fucking human beings into this world. All this petty shit should go out the window, man.
Yeah,
grow up.
And that's exactly what we're trying to work towards. And that's the thing, because it doesn't matter what I think of. If my ex-wife gets a new boyfriend, another uncle, I have to respect that person as long as it doesn't impact my daughter in a negative way. Does that make sense?
I mean, I'm
cool with that. I'm cool with that. And I'm cool with just making sure my daughter, as long as she doesn't get anything bad happen to her, she needs to respect whoever my mum's with or her mum's with.
I mean, have you ever spoke to him?
In my world, gone.
Have you ever spoke to him? Like, have you ever broached conversation with him and gone up to him?
She's 5 or 6. She's had 5 or 6, so I don't really.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't really sort of. I used to when she cheated on me. I knew who she cheated on me with, and I was respectful and everything like that. They just come in the house and blah blah. But now it's just gone beyond that. But as long as Lara's not telling me that she's getting hurt or she's impacted by anything bad, and she will tell me, then. But
she might not tell you until later on in life.
She will tell me. Oh my God, she is so. We're so close. It's unbelievable. She will tell me anything. Yeah, and everything. As long as we've got that circle of trust, we've got that trust where we will go to a shopping centre, and this is really bad. Never do this with your kids. But I try and teach her how bad men are, because men are bad.
No!
Anything to get into
no! Why are you doing that?
We will say anything.
Yeah.
No!
He's got a point, man. He's got a point. He's got a fucking point. He has got a point.
You should never teach a woman that men are bad.
He's got a point. He's got a fucking point, man.
I can go out in the pool, and I can go out and pool and say anything I want to a woman, especially after a few beers, and then try and get her knickers, shag her, and never see her again.
Yeah, but not all women are going to shag you.
Women need to understand that that's what men are like.
No!
I teach her. I go like that's what that woman that wants to do.
Not all men are after, but then she's going to grow up. Excuse me, but then she's going to grow up believing that she's like a sexual.
Mrs. Echo.
Just a sex toy to men, and that's not right.
Wait, mate.
That's not right.
Let's not go into that argument or
no,
whatever.
let's.
Because this
is quite personal to me, because I always grew up so my dad left. My dad left when I was 4. I had a stepdad. He come in and then he left 5 years later, and then I had another stepdad. He's still around. He's been married to my mum for 21 years now. I wish he was my dad. He's the best male figure I've ever had in my life. I've got 2 brothers. I'm very male orientated in my family. All my boys are cousins. And I grew up not trusting men. I always grew up just thinking, oh, they only want me for sex. That's all I am.
It done you all right, though, didn't it? It did you all right.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It really didn't. It's a massive it's a massive thing on your confidence to think, oh, this man only wants me because he wants to have sex with me. So wait, amazing.
If a man wants you, he'll pay attention to you, and it won't just get.
No, you know what you got to tell her. You got to tell her to dress right. If she dresses like a slapper, then a man is gonna think you only want sex.
Yes.
If you go out and you dress a bit, I'm not saying conservative. I don't just conservative, but if you put it on a plate, a man ain't gonna want to marry you.
You make a really, really good point, right? Because I've got a thing for Jasmine, Princess Jasmine.
Oh, you dirty perv.
So if my ideal girlfriend is Pocahontas or Princess Jasmine. I can't. Sometimes it flicks between the two. I don't know which one I want.
Hang on, mate. Do you want to know what? Hang on. Let me just do this, man. Honestly, you said it. Do you know what my missus' nickname is?
Go on.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas. Oh, nice.
Poke.
Making sexual reference.
Poke a horn ass.
He's never poked.
Not Pocahontas. Poke a horn ass. It's not Pocahontas. Wow. It's poke a horn ass.
See, now you're making sexual references.
No, I'm just saying.
I think we've digressed here slightly.
No.
Yeah, let's get back to the subject. Let's get back to the subject.
But listen. Listen. Honestly, I go a little bit deeper now. Well, why do you think it's called Pocahontas?
Don't go deep.
Pocahontas.
Don't go deep in my ass.
No,
don't ever go deep in my ass.
Like,
don't you ever go deep in my ass. Just because I'm a woman, don't mean you can go deep in my ass.
Man,
right? You got a fat bum.
I got a fat ass.
Yeah, it's huge, man. It's huge.
Fat, ugly, hairy ass.
What's the moral of the story? Why do they call you Pocahontas?
No, because I used to have really long dark hair, really long black hair down to my ass, and when I've got a suntan, I look I'm like of Indian descent.
Yeah.
And then he used to call me Pocahontas.
Yeah. So what's pulled me through the other side is two Indian women. There's a girl I'm mates with, and she literally pulled me out of the gutter and slapped me around the face and said, "Sort yourself out.
Good.
You ain't killed no one." Yeah.
Good.
And then May is actually Hindu as well. So and then you see the similarities. My ex-wife is from the Philippines, so my ex-wife is probably Pocahontas, but then my girlfriend's Princess Jasmine. Yeah, I'm quite happy with Princess
And are you like Prince Charming? Or?
I'm probably
the frog.
Aladdin. Little monkey or something like that.
Oh man, we digress. I digress. Wait a second, man. Go do your point. Go do your point. What it is, we've got some questions. We've got some, like, my missus has made some points or whatever.
No, they're not questions.
No, but now carry on with your point. I just go through like.
I don't know what my point was now.
Yeah, just shut up.
Oh man, I always do that.
He's drinking too much. He's ruining it.
That's what I was talking about. I was talking about my ex-wife, kids, ex-husband hates me, but then I get it because they're his kids. But he needs to accept that we're all grown-ups, and if you teach your kids to hate people and not respect, and you walk away from them, then you're not going to teach them in life. You don't like someone at work, you're not going to call them a dickhead or ignore them, are you? You're not respect them. Yeah. It's about teaching your kids respect. It's about you might not like that person, but respect that person.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you can only do that once you got to a certain point in the relationship. And I'm grateful for Princess Jasmine over there.
Man,
love her. Can we get her on? Can we get Princess Jasmine on?
Get her on, man. Man, I honestly, like, I do. Let me just do a point, because, like, even to this day, like, my dad and my stepdad, like, they don't like each other, They tolerate each other and stuff, but, like, we've got kids and stuff, and sometimes, like, they'll be in the same room together, and they're probably fine now. They're probably fine, whatever. But if I walk into a room where there's my dad and my stepdad, I feel so weird.
The atmosphere.
I feel so strange. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do. I'm like,
it's difficult, but it's difficult. Who do you talk to first?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Who do you call dad?
Do I go to my dad and I should be going to my dad, or do I go to my stepdad? I spoke with him last night. Do you know what I mean? So it's difficult. So I get it with the kid, and especially with the kid. Life doesn't want a mum thinking that she likes May more than she likes her. Her kids don't want their dad thinking that they like me more than they like their dad. So they're confused.
All your kids really want to see is you all together.
The grown-ups actually fucking show the kids.
It does.
This is what you're supposed to do. This is how it's meant to be. But it never works that way.
No, it does. It does. No, it took my parents, I think it was our wedding anniversary. So we've been married 8 years. So what, we was 25, 27, whatever. 8 years ago, all of our parents were there.
Yeah.
And they was all chatting and getting on. And it was like... Weird. They're all in the same room together, and we're like, well, it was like 27.
I just got pissed. I was like, man.
But at the same time, once everyone had relaxed, they was all chatting, they was all getting on. It was so, and it's like, why has it taken so long for them all to be in the same room? We didn't even invite them to our wedding. We got married on our own just because it was like, right, who do we invite? Do we invite our stepmom and our stepdad? Do we invite the stepbrothers, the stepsisters? Like, oh, he won't want to be there if she's there, and she won't come if she's there. So we just got fucking married on our own, which is really sad. Yeah. It's sad. Because my mum was upset because she didn't get to wear her hat and have a snazzy dress. She couldn't be there to see her daughter getting married. His mum was upset. She was ringing me on the morning we got married. She wanted to be there desperately to see her son getting married. But it was just so much fucked up shit inviting everyone.
You have to hurt people
Yeah.
Just
Because
to make,
we knew they'd
just because like I told you, when you walk in a room and there's my dad and my stepdad, it'd be the same thing with like her dad and her stepdad or whatever, and like a mum and stepmom or whatever, in like a
It's just
awkwardness that
weird.
occurs or whatever, you know, because you kind of have to do it like one on one. That's what tends to happen as you go one on one. You try and navigate. I'm trying to explain, like kids, like your kid growing up in that environment, in terms of like a, you know,
Well, she gets a stepdad.
like your Mrs. Ex hates you. Your ex has told your daughter to hate thing or whatever. But what I'm guaranteed, dude. Honestly, like give it like 15, 20 years, and you go to your daughter will probably get married by herself because she won't want to deal with it. But then,
It's guilt.
No, let me finish that, dude. But it will reach a stage where you will all go, man, what was that about?
Yeah.
What was that about?
You should all just
Do you know
text
what I mean?
each other now and be like,
was that about?
let's just meet up tomorrow. Let's all have a chat. Lila is the most important person here. She needs to see that we're all getting on. You know, just shake whoever the boyfriend is at the time's hand. You know, that's my fucking daughter that's living in the same house as you. Like, you've got to deal with that day to day. Like, I fucking hated having a stepdad living there. I hated it. When he first ever come into my house, I hid behind a settee. I was like, why the fuck is this man in my house? Who is he? And it's going, hello. And I was like, who the fuck is that man in my house? Like, it was weird. It wasn't right. And then another one come along shortly after.
Oh God.
And it's for like, my brother feels completely different. He's like, oh, I didn't even know you felt like that, Sean. Oh, what are you talking about? But for me, having another man, I was like 4 or 5, and then another one come along when I was like 13. I was like, oh, this is weird. It's and I never explained it to my dad till I had my own children at 30, and then my dad come round and I said to him, I laid it all. I made my dad cry. I was like, you don't understand what it was like for you leaving, and then a stepdad coming in, and then a few boyfriends in between, and then another stepdad coming in. Like, you just don't, like, I know you say you've got a really good relationship with your daughter, blah, 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 but having them stepdads come in, it's not comfortable for a young girl. It's not. Especially when, I'm going to say it, especially when you're reaching like a sexual age and you're becoming aware of your body and things, it's not comfortable. You need to address it. You need to make sure that you're friends with that guy. I mean, you've got to be friends with your enemies. You've got to make it right.
It takes two. It takes two to make it.
Yeah, it sounds like Jason is on our wavelength, and then he realizes how ridiculous the whole situation is. You know, mate,
100%.
Man,
the situation is ridiculous, but people need to get over stuff, and I can't, just because I'm over it doesn't mean she is, but she needs to get over stuff because it's all her fault anyway. But then she wants to blame me. I take responsibility for the things that I've done wrong. Do you know what I mean? I've done things wrong.
Yeah, but whether you've done anything wrong or not, that doesn't mean you shouldn't get to see your daughter.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
It shouldn't even come into it. Like, it's your daughter. You made her together. Like, it doesn't matter.
It's one of those things. Like, it doesn't actually matter whose fault it was. Really, at the end of the day,
it
doesn't matter.
It shouldn't.
It's irrelevant.
It's the kid.
Yeah, it's the kid.
But I think what happened? What's the situation with your parents? Did they get married, or are they married, or like?
They were married when I was little, and then, like I said, they split up. My dad's married again.
What about your Mrs.
I'm gonna be super rude. I'm gonna be super rude because I have to take a wee break.
Oh, thank God he's going.
I'm gonna pass the floor over to Mrs. Echo, if that's okay.
Right, go on and go. Hurry up.
All right.
So what about Lila's mum? Like, should she come from a broken up?
Yeah. The cycle continues.
So I don't understand, like, because like me and Echo, so we both come from divorced families. So the pact when we got married was we would never, if we ever split up, I hope that we don't, but if we ever split up, I would never stop him from seeing our kids, like, never. It wouldn't even come into my mind. Even if I proper hated him and I thought, oh, I really don't want him to see them kids. It's not about me. It's about them and their dad. Like, I would never.
They're the same as May's, exactly the same. My May's exactly the same. There's women that are like that, but there are a lot of women that aren't.
Yeah, but I always thought that I thought like that just because my parents divorced and I've experienced it, so I never wanted the same for my children. So I'm surprised that you're.
I thought the same. I thought the same as well. But the problem I have is, if I look back, I made mistakes because I wasn't open enough to trying different things, trying fish faces or whatever it was, or accepting a family, or being told what to do, or whatever it was. And plus, we sobered up. We stopped doing what we were doing when we were younger. And as we sobered up, and as we got like cleaner and cleaner, we realised that we didn't actually like each other.
Yeah, that happens.
We didn't like each other.
But still,
we realised we didn't like each other. Then it was like, oh shit! Now where'd you go?
Even if you don't like each other, it doesn't matter about whether or not you like each other, does it? You're Lila's dad.
I'm not his dad.
And she needs to
running that Facebook group. You must have like I don't know whether you like chat, but have you got any like a top 5 ridiculous like text messages or
I see some on the face page the other day
that spring to mind.
I see some on the Father's Rights UK.
On this group, if you go on this group now, if you go on there, you'll see men with scratches on them. You'll see there's men that are literally so angry because they've been accused of stuff that they haven't done, and it's full of it, and it's literally one after the other. And you can't.
Oh, I got a question for you from the chat. Did you pick? Oh, this is Snowy asking this question, by the way. It's not me. Did you pick your ex just purely over sexual attraction?
At the time, I didn't. Do you know what? When I met her, this is the reality truth. I was smashed, right? And then I met her outside Angel Tube Station the next day, and she stood right in front of me. I didn't know what she looked like, and so it wasn't based on.
It's so romantic. Honestly,
I was so smashed I couldn't remember. But then,
so it was romantic. Chemical reaction.
The worst thing was, and this is how much she had to put up with, right? After I got my first full wage from doing recruitment, it was like £6,000, something ridiculous. Never had that much money in my wage.
So would you? Hang on.
I went out on the Friday night. I was late to work on the Monday, minus one eyebrow, wearing the same clothes I wore on the Friday.
So you're basically hang on.
And bearing in mind, I was only just getting to know my ex-wife at that point. I had to turn up and meet her with minus one eyebrow, wearing the same clothes that I was wearing on the Friday when she last saw me.
So the moral of the story is you're going to advise your daughter not to have a relationship with someone who doesn't even know what you look like because they're so fucking pissed. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Exactly. I was like, man, lessons in life. That's all it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, but it doesn't.
It's easy. It's easy. Look, I can't tell her what to do. If she comes to me and says I've done this, I'm like, well, fucking hell. As long as you put a condom on, that's fine. Yeah. As long as you're overage and whatever. She's not even thinking about that. Because her mum sent her to an all-girls school. Now she's with boys all the time.
Yeah, but she's gonna. No, but she's going to. She's a sexual being. She's a sexual being. She's going to, and you have to make. You cannot tell. You can't make her believe that she's a sex toy to men. You can't let her grow up with that psychology. It will damage her, man.
Hang on. My mum went to an all-girls school, dude. And man, I can tell you about that.
Catholic girls.
No, it wasn't. It was just,
at the Catholic school, they get taught that the men is the oracle of the universe.
It was just an all-girls school, and she will tell you that did her a mischief. She went boy mad.
Yeah,
she went boy mad.
Yeah, of course she did. You're taking boys away from her, and if she's my daughter's like me, you tell me to walk on that side of the road. I'm going to walk on the other side of the road. Yeah, like Lila gets told off because she's got my sense of humour. She's very sarcastic. I can't help it. I don't know. I've taught her too much, but literally, I've taught her. Look, my relationship, my relationship with my daughter. I cry in front of I used to cry in front of my daughter. We don't cry anymore because I used to get told off for crying by social services and CAFCAS and whatever. I'm not allowed to cry, and that was in 2014. So how much has the world changed? Men are allowed to cry now, but do men cry? No, they don't. But I will always cry. I can't what men do. The majority, some men do, and
honestly,
real men show emotions, is what I say. Yeah, real men will show emotions and say how they're feeling and share love and be nice. But at the same point, I can't listen to my daughter's leaving sharing assembly song without crying now. So I remember that song, and every time I hear it on the radio, I just well up a little bit. And every time I went to watch it, do you know what I mean? I can't help it. But that's just how I am.
There's no shame in that. Let it go. Let it go.
I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to.
Of course you are.
Like if we're watching, was it Frozen or something, and it makes me cry. Frozen won't make me cry, but I'm being sarcastic.
You cry at Frozen, don't you?
Fuck it. I've not watched Frozen 2. But
Man, do you know? I don't want to go in it, but man, I've had some like emotional, like a talk chart when it comes to like babies and kids or whatever. I'm not going to do it now, right? But I'm sure that's what it is. Like to a man, to make him like randomly cry over stuff because you suppress it. You suppress it so much. You hide it away, and then you end up crying over stupid crap. But then you get confused yourself why, and then you can't explain it to anybody else why, and then you get angry. And that's what happens.
But men are taught that they have to be masculine and boys don't cry.
Yeah.
But they do. So it's sort of indoctrinated in you from a young age that boys don't cry. Don't cry. But you do. Like, you do cry at, like, you know, your daughter singing Let It Go or something when she's watching Frozen. Like, it's okay to cry. Yeah. Like, come on, guys.
No, that's why I find it admirable, man. Like, you know, to be honest, like, that whole mind wipe on me, it's stuck. Like, I find it difficult to cry and stuff, but I do end up. I do cry at random stuff. I do rock, man. Honestly,
you cry, right?
I do cry at random stuff. Honestly, I have.
He cries at Frozen.
What I'm talking to, what I'm explaining to, is I suffer from that. You end up like crying at like random shit.
Cries when he's having a mix doing his music. He's like, oh my god, this tune is amazing.
Jason, like I amateur DJ, yeah, like shed DJ or whatever. But I'll do like a couple of decent mixes and I'll cry. It'll make me cry, dude. I know,
yeah,
it's mad.
Don't laugh at him. He won't cry now. He won't want to cry now.
But that's why I find it admirable. I find it actually admirable that you've admitted to that. Like a virtual high five, man.
Mate, I tell you what. The more men I can get being emotional and talking about their feelings in a sensible way, without us showing it in a manly way, getting on top of the school, doing silly stuff like doing in the park. We're going to do it because we're men. We're going to do it because that's our instinct.
We're
going to be macho and manly.
Oh, let's all meet up and have a cry.
Let's have a cry. A little cry sesh. We'll get together and watch Frozen.
If I was logged in, I could. What I'll do is, Lila sent me a letter on Father's Day, and she sent me a letter. She sent me a letter, and she gave me a letter.
Tell me you cried.
She's like. I've not got it with me, but she's literally said something along like, let me try and find it. 1 second.
Oh, you're gonna read that out, dude. You're gonna make me cry, man.
Oh, don't. We'll all cry.
Let me try and find it.
Let's all cry. Let's all cry together. Fuck it.
What day is Father's Day? 1 second.
I don't know. Like March. Oh. June. No, is it June?
Sometime in June. Sometime in
June. Don't know. It was really naughty. Didn't even text my dad.
Really celebrate it. Yeah, I don't really.
So I texted my stepdad, but I didn't text my dad.
I didn't. I know. I used to send my mum a Father's Day card, but then it got to the point where she was trying to kill herself. Stopped.
Who was trying to kill herself?
Well, because she's put up with men.
Who? What? Who was trying to kill herself?
My mum.
Your mum.
My mother.
Your mum.
Man, we've touched on so many subjects.
Why is your mum trying to kill herself?
We've got to do a number 2, man.
We've got to do a number 2.
Right, mental health. The thing is, mental health. It's about mental health. Yeah, it's about talking about stuff. Yeah, so I've never talked about all this stuff, but right now I'm doing websites, I'm doing podcasts, I'm doing everything. Just talking.
Well, so what's your webcast? Tell us about your webcast.
Tell us about your podcast, the webcast, whatever. Like.
Yeah, what's your
my Apple What's It podcast. It's called the Apple What's It podcast. Yeah. And literally, it's just about me. I'm trying to get more people talking, so I'm not listening to my voice, but literally I'm talking about how I feel, and I'm talking about, and because I don't have many friends, I don't have many people in my local area. Selena,
by the way, send up a link to the Discord. Because that is what this Echo Chambers Discord's all about, dude. Honestly, get yourself in there, get people like fellow-minded people in there, and we just talk so much.
Oh, a lot.
We talk a lot, man.
I've never heard of this app before, but I'm grateful that I'm in it. And literally, what I'm going to try and do now is I'm trying to find this Fucking hell.
You create your own, man. Honestly,
Don't worry about that.
honestly, create your own server. Like, use it. It's an amazing tool, dude. Use it.
Right, can we?
I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna try and sync it in with the Apple What's It podcast. But literally, it's about. What you're talking to you two is actually really nice. It's actually really refreshing. That
No, it's nice to talk to you too.
I'm talking to a man and wife. And we've got different opinions, but we're all talking, and it's building up conversations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's easy to do. It's very easy to do when there's no children involved. But the difficult thing we need to do is try and get over that hurt that we feel, the hate that we feel for your girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah.
And think about the child.
Absolutely.
And think about the child.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's all you and that's all you need to think about. And we don't. The thing is, we don't. We just get so consumed with ourselves.
Yeah.
We get all greedy, and it's about, oh, she said this, we get that, and it's a competition.
Yeah.
No. Take all that away. Take all that shit away, and think about your child. Yeah?
Definitely.
And if you're getting treated, really, really badly by your ex-partner, then do something not too extreme, but a little bit. You might get a little slap on the wrist in court, but you're making a statement.
But
you're not doing anything bad, but you're making a little statement. I burn the court order, put it on YouTube. Your court orders, and I said to the judge, your court orders. I burnt your court order because my ex-wife put it up. I said, I burnt your court order. She said, why are you burning my court orders? I said, because what does your court order mean? Your court order means nothing because she's not sticking to it. Yeah, so I might as well burn it because it doesn't stand up for shit. I didn't say shit. I said it doesn't stand up for nothing. So I burnt it and I put it on YouTube to let the world know that when you write a court order, you ain't ever gonna. Women can get away with it, and they're not gonna do anything about it. And you ain't gonna do anything. What did he do on the next court order? He put on there. She won't. No, there's no way in the world any mum will get put in prison. What they will do is they will give you community service because they're not gonna send a mum to prison who's looking after a child.
No, exactly.
Worst you can get. Yeah. No, they won't. But they won't send any mum. They put it on the court to say, yeah, you risk prison. They aren't going to go to prison. You say fuck your prison bit in a polite way. You say put it on there community service because if it doesn't follow the court order this time, then you're going to get community service. And after I burnt that court order, as much as I got in trouble for burning the court order, the judge saw my point of view.
Oh yeah.
You're right in your court.
I mean,
hang on.
I've made a statement.
We got Lindsay Wallace, which is a new person in the stream. I've not seen that name before. She's basically saying your heart is huge. You've seen like your mum go through having her heart ripped out by your old man leaving, and then to have us. I'll just read it. I know this fella's heart is huge, being a difficult though his mum's carer and barely seen each other with this COVID stuff. I mean, it's just like who is it? Is that
Lindsay Wallace?
Lindsay Wallace, man. She's just doing a call out to you, dude, saying honestly.
Yeah, the COVID.
Well,
let's hit on the.
Thank you for your kind words.
Let's hit on the COVID.
Someone else in a worse situation.
Yeah,
No, I think.
Maybe who I am.
Dude, honestly, that mentality you just said, dude, has got me through so much stuff. Because like you do self-assessment. You go like, oh yeah, like poor Echo, whatever, you know. But I've always gone to like there are people in this world worse off than me. Shut up.
But it doesn't matter if people are worse off than you. Your shit is your shit, and you got to deal with your shit. Whether people are worse off, better off, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you try to compare your situation, but your shit is your shit, man. And you can't be. It's okay to be depressed about your shit. You haven't got to be, oh, someone's worse off than me. Doesn't matter. No, your shit is your shit, man.
No, but it's like a mental bootstrap. Like obviously, like tie yourself together, get on with it.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, look, that's exactly it. Because when you get through the difficult times, the good times will come after us. But the bad times still come. The bad times will always be there. But if you've got, and now I've met you two, and I've met this group or whatever, you know, there's more people to talk to, and if people can choose to listen or don't want to listen.
Let's expand it out, man. Honestly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we need to get more dads. We want to hear more. So, I mean, I see someone on your Fathers for Rights UK, like on your page, like so he was concerned about the welfare of his children with the mother. The mother was taking drugs and abusing the children, and he was desperate to get custody of the children, and he was powerless. And I couldn't understand why, like this mother was still able to keep custody of the children when.
Yeah. So my ex-wife was 3 times over. Apparently, there's a legal limit for cocaine you're allowed to take.
Really?
Yeah. So we had to do a drugs test or whatever, and I was clean. When it first happened, we had 2 drugs and alcohol tests. When it first happened, I was way over the limit on alcohol, but no drugs. And then they tried pulling me up on that, and I said, look, I'll cut it back. And then I had another one about another, I think it was 6 months later when I went back to court 6 months later.
So did they test the mother as well?
Cocaine don't last that long, dude. You're right.
No. Yeah, but they take strands out of your hair. They cut it out of your hair.
Oh
So,
man, no, really?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah. So they
fuck?
cut your hair. They cut your hair, and then they fucking take all the shit out of your hair.
Your hair?
And judge it from that. So ultimately,
yeah,
what
it's
happened was
yeah. Hang on, mate. Loads of people don't understand why they take their hair because like a tree, as a tree grows, the rings or whatever, your hair grows like that. So they take their hair out and then like they can go back like months.
By the crown of your head, when you take drugs or
Yeah.
it comes out of your body. So it either comes out the soles of your feet and when you sweat it out, or
Yeah.
it comes out in your hair.
Yeah.
How they do it is they cut your hair and they run tests on your hair. So
bastards.
it'll be in your hair. So literally, she was 3 times over the limit.
She was.
Over the cocaine limit. She
She
was
was.
over the cocaine limit.
Oh, dude.
They still and I said, do you know what? Fuck it. They said they were literally on the verge of giving it to me, but Lila said no.
She wanted to stay
I
for
wanted my
about.
mum, so I said, yeah. So I said, you know what? Let it go that way. And even then, when she was 3 times over the limit, she'll deny it all day long. But I've got the record. I've got everything.
But why is the child allowed to make the choice? Why is the child allowed to make the choice at that point?
Why were social services not getting involved? Why are people not getting involved? If it was me doing it, if it was me 3 times over the limit, they'd be all over that shit.
That's a good point. That is a good point, man.
I was homeless. I was drinking too much. Yes, I was. I didn't turn directly back to drugs. Yeah, I was drinking too much, and I was fucking way over the limit, above national. No, not.
Hang on. I am going to include a joke in this though. But do you reckon the court case stinks? Do you think the court case stinks? Well, she's using cocaine. She obviously got some money.
Oh.
She's using cocaine. She's obviously got some money.
Yeah, of course she has. She got my money.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Do you have to pay her money as well?
This is why I said I'm alluding to like an include a joke in that. You know? So when you get to speak to me, you realise, dude, like everything I say, I try and include a joke into it. All right, but all seriousness, do you think? Because man, that is actually quite a cogent point, like you said. Like your missus has proven positive for like an illicit sub.
Yep.
And you said, why haven't the social services got involved?
Because she cut them out. She wouldn't let social services. She had the choice of saying, no, Mr. Social Services, Mr. Social Services, I don't want to speak to you. I'm not letting you next to my daughter. I'm not doing this. She controlled the whole thing. But if I was to try and say, no, you're not seeing my daughter as a man, social services would be like, no, we're coming to see it. No, we're coming to see it. She was allowed to not allow. I said, Lila needs to have a counsellor. She needs to have someone to speak to. She needs to have someone, any sort of therapeutic she needs to have someone there to talk to because I'm not there. Yeah, and then it was all cut. It was all cut out of my hands. I had no choice on her secondary school. I had no choice on nothing. All I do, I've got 3 of her teeth. Yeah, I had to pay £50 because my fucking tooth fairy, is a gangster tooth fairy, and has got £50 per tooth. Yeah? And I had to £50 per tooth. So I had to say, I got to the point where I have none of Lila's teeth. So I got to the point where I just want some of your teeth. So my tooth fairy, next time if it gets wobbly, don't let it fall out. Don't eat an apple. Try and save it, and if it does fall out, I'm going to call my gangster tooth fairy, which will give you 50 quid for that too. So I've got 3 teeth, which cost me 50 quid each. Because I just wanted some teeth. I wanted something from my childhood.
No, honestly, I remember my old man doing that, to be honest, like in his wallet. I got weirded out about it ages. Because he had a lock of my sister's hair in his wallet.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. No, I know. Like she had a haircut. And he had basically like a ponytail in his wallet for years, like for 10 years. I know.
Oh my god!
Strange things you do.
It's your kids, isn't it? It's your kids. You want them. You want their memories. You want their memories. You want. And when you mix it, like literally back in the day, when Lila was really really small, I'd go a week at a time and not seeing her, but her face would change. It should grow and should grow.
Yeah, I mean they do it overnight.
Yeah.
But when you see them every single day, you don't see them changes.
Oh.
So when I'm missing those changes, I'm like, oh, your teeth. I've got her hair. I've got her teeth. We've got her nails. She's got my toenails.
Oh man.
Ew.
Oh, where are you?
You lost me at toenails.
Where are you gonna hear this on YouTube? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is some cutting edge.
But I mean, like, come on.
It's good.
It's
man,
beautiful.
Man, this is the detail people leave out. Man.
Yeah,
when it comes to kids, man, like you do go weird.
I mean, you hear people of like smelling their clothes, maybe
Yeah.
clothes that they've left round, and
Yeah.
you know, teeth and hair locks. Right, so what can we do to, like, you know, try and change things? What can we do? What can we do?
We need to get. What can we do? We need to start a movement, right?
We
We
do.
need to get people actually involved, and
Yes.
not just the dads that are directly involved. We
Yeah.
need to get you involved.
I mean, yeah, we're not involved.
You may not be. You are involved, but you may not be separated parents. Yeah. But
We're
you've been
products
impacted
of
by
separated parents.
Yeah, products. Yeah.
You've been impacted by it, yeah?
Yeah.
So anyone who's been impacted by separated parents needs to get together. It's not just about the dads. It's not just about the dads, because there's mums who look after kids. It's not just about dads, but how can you get more reaction?
Man, I always say I always say this. Like, I drive my missus crazy because I hear about like her ex, this, that, or whatever, like blah blah blah. Or I hear it, and to be honest, like, I'm actually a little bit embarrassed about it because I do include everything into a joke. I'm like, no one thinks about the kids. No one thinks about the
They
kids.
don't.
Why aren't you thinking about the kids, you selfish cunt? It drives me crazy.
No, but there's always someone thinking
But
about the
we need to
kids.
get the government. We need to
There's
get the
one.
government to think about the kids. But the government
No. The government is thinking about the kids. They're making the mothers independent. That's what they're doing. The government are thinking, let's make these mums independent, you know. They don't need that man. They don't need that man.
Let's give him a count.
And then the woman feels powerful. She don't need
Yeah.
you. She don't need the man anymore. She's got their money coming in from the government.
Yeah.
She's getting a free school dinner vouchers.
No.
So she doesn't need financial help from the man.
Yeah. I think you've got a point, but at the same point, what the government doing? If Boris Johnson splits up with his new girlfriend, and they've got a kid, Boris Johnson's got enough money to send that kid to boarding school.
But why do you want them to go boarding school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Because you got enough money.
Yeah, I know,
You've got enough
but
money to do it.
No, I know,
But
I know, but that's the.
society.
I know, but yeah, exactly. That's the elite, the class. Yeah. But what the government?
If you're rich and you're getting sent to boarding school, you ain't gonna know your parents aren't together. You're gonna get that education, doesn't matter, and then your dad can buy whatever you need to buy, whatever. If you're middle class or it depends. I don't like this class shit. I didn't touch my GCSE sociology exam because I don't agree with these class shit. Yeah.
Can you hear us? Okay. Because apparently,
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
apparently the mic's going. I don't know. No, go on, mate. Sorry, go on.
Can you hear me, all right?
No,
Yeah.
we can hear you, but apparently, like, our mic's going.
On
I
the
don't
chat. Are you reading the chat at the same time? Can you see the chat?
I can't see anything.
Oh, someone just said the mic
I
went.
tried logging in. I tried logging in because I'm dial-up still. Because not that I'm up north, or not that I'm in Wales, or not that I'm anywhere else. Nothing to do with up north. Nothing to do with. I assume they have dial-up up north, or I assume they have.
Man, you're gonna anger the Northerners. You're gonna anger the Northerners.
I'm gonna get.
Sound is fine.
They're gonna get angry at me now. I'm joking. I'm in Watford, and I've got shitty internet.
Oi, oi. That's all right. We're back
No,
apparently.
no,
Someone else can
I
hear
know,
us, so it's
I know.
fine. They can hear
I
us.
know, but we're all inclusive here. Northerners as well, yeah.
We're for the
world. When I went to Burnley, I was surprised they even had internet up there. But they do. So I know they do have it up there. It's still dial-up, but you know they still have it. But I don't even have dial-up right now. I'm running off my phone, which is really shit as well, and it's a Huawei, so it's probably spying on me.
Yeah. By the way, Discord. Yeah. By the way, Discord. We do this quite a bit. Like
we need to call. I think what we need to do, if you're getting good response, are we getting good response from this?
Wow.
Let's see. I
We'll...
mean, it's pretty late at night. I mean, we've got 12 people watching, 12. You know, but you don't know how many people are going to watch it tomorrow.
I need to go and have a wank because I've been talking quite a lot. I'm not about my children. I need to go and knock one out. I need to go. It's Friday night. Yeah, it's Friday night. I went out for a meal with my missus earlier. She took me to a place where there's lots of Princess Jasmines.
No.
She's waiting. She's waiting for me. In the
go on,
room.
you go.
I'm joking, but I'm joking. Look, you need to understand that my humour is my humour, right? Whoever's listening to this is my humour, right? There's a serious thing we're talking about, but I'm trying to have a laugh about it at the same time because we've all.
Absolutely.
We all need humour, right?
This is it. This is it.
Yeah,
man,
we
do.
Honestly, humour's gone in the world.
Anyone listening to this now, or anybody watches this in the in a replay or wherever, trying to build like a platform here. You know, we're doing our best, but
we need to do. Can we do this again? Can we do this again? Probably a little bit earlier.
We only do it like because when the kids are in bed.
No. It's the kid. It's the kids, man. It's the kids.
When do you want to do it again?
Oh, your kids in your fucking hell.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't got to be both of us. You can go
We've
on
got
your own.
we've got headphones on, dude.
It could be one of us.
Oh, when you watch this back, dude, you'll find it fucking hilarious because we just.
Will you share this? Will all the comments be there? I'm talking.
Yeah, the comments.
I'm talking as if we're offline now, but clearly we're still there because.
Yeah.
What's going on? I love you both for doing this, and
we love you, man. Thanks for coming on. Right, should we tie it up then? Should we tie it up?
Rude or offended anybody?
Oh no. Who cares if you've offended anybody?
Who gives a fuck if you've offended?
Yeah, we don't care. Too many people get offended these days.
Honestly, I got no time for snowflakes, mate. Zero time for snowflakes, dude. Honestly, come in my Discord, dude. You'll be fucking. You're fitting like a fucking like you're fitting like perfect, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we have like.
This app out. I don't know. It was more like I don't know. I need to figure that out. I'm used to Pornhub. I'm cool with Pornhub. But I'm not cool with
right, hang on. Right, on that, hang on.
Pornhub, I know inside out. Pornhub, I know inside out.
Hang on.
When everyone was running out of tissue, I was fucking buying the tissue.
You was the reason.
Alright, because me and
Jason,
for all this time.
Jason.
But it wasn't.
I'm gonna draw this. Just draw this.
Right, let's tie it up.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Right, let's tie up the justice for dads.
Can you?
No, we're live.
No, we're live.
We're live, man. Honestly, is there anything you want to talk about that you haven't spoken about?
No,
right.
I don't know.
Come on, let's talk about the sit. Let's talk.
Eating is cheating, isn't it? So she fed me food. So eating is cheating. So I've eaten and.
Right.
I'm more so
can we just do a call out to any dads that might watch this? Let's just do a call out to the dads, that may be suicidal, at the thought of all these. I'm bringing it back down again. I'm bringing it back down. I'm sorry. Let's just be serious. Even not serious. I mean, you need humour in these things as well. I mean, let's just please do a call out to the dads that may be feeling a bit down about these things. You felt down about. We've all felt down about these things, but we're finding humour. Please come and join our chat.
I'll tell you something. Okay, let me tell you something now. The only reason I'm still alive, and Lila she knows me really well, and she sees. I don't tell her that I'm hurting, but she can probably sometimes pick up with it. And
of course she can.
And I've been made redundant. I'm looking for work and blah 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 blah. And I've never not worked, and I've never been in this situation before. But at least once a week, something will happen where I will feel like I need to just. There's a Virgin train on that Watford train station over there. And I need to phone myself in front of
Right, well, can we then do a chat once a week?
Seriously, let me finish.
Yeah.
Me and May were talking about. She was like, "Do you really think that?" I said, "Look, that train's really slow. You couldn't kill yourself on that." She's like, "You actually?"
Yeah.
I said, "Look, I do." Because my life is since 2014. I've been trying to swim. I've been trying to get my head above water since 2014. So I know suicide. I've tried killing myself multiple times, and I can't die. Because I've tried having the drug overdoses. I've not done silly drugs, but drinking too much. I've tried getting run over by. I've tried everything, but I'm still here. And Lila said to me about a month ago. She said, "Daddy," she said, "you need to walk me down the aisle." So I said, "Oh man!" She said, "You can't die." She said, "You can't die. You need to walk me down the aisle." I said, I'll walk down the aisle." But I said, "What's your surname going to be?" Because I say, have it double barreled, Appleyard.
No.
So that's all right. Don't worry. Apple, what's it? But you'd have. She hates the surname because of the thing. She hates it. I said, you can't have your husband's surname. Have it double barreled. Have it Apple something. Apple his name. So she says she would. So the only reason I'm still alive and not focusing on the negatives, I'm trying to look on the positives, is to make sure I'm here for my daughter. And that's all.
And please
think about.
be.
Anyone thinking about suicide? Anyone thinking about
Well,
suicide?
get them on the chat.
Think about who you're going to leave behind.
Get them on.
Leave behind. Call us. Call me. Get in touch.
So
with
we'll
me.
do this once a week.
Listen, and I will just listen. I will listen and listen and listen, and I will help as much as I can.
Wait, let me interject though, man. Honestly, yes, you're living for your daughter, yeah, but live for yourself. For yourself too, man. Live for yourself too, man.
Yeah.
Man, I've enjoyed talking to you.
I have.
So just remember that, all right?
Oh, don't be so arrogant.
you know what, you got you lot of, and whoever's listened to this, and thanks for anyone that's listened to this. I'm grateful, and let's do this again because
Please,
I think
can we do it once a week? And I know we've only got like a few people listening, but can we try and make it more? Can we try and get more dads that, you know, need a little bit of a laugh, maybe a bit of humour, talking at the same time? Can we try and get more dads that might be feeling like you?
100%,
Even mums that might want to join. No, I don't want to just make it all about dads, because there are mums out there as well. And even couples like us.
Let's not segregate. But as long as the men can behave themselves and not get too upset, because women have been treated badly too.
Yeah. And
as much as so
and like people like us that grow up and we've got kids.
As long as the men that come on are grown up enough to be able to take and accept that people are going to have a different opinion, then that's cool. I think we should. We need to talk about it. We need to talk about it.
Can I ask you a question? You alluded to that your parents broke up early and then you broke up, you know. But like, what do you think the big? I'm just asking like a big data question. Like it's what I tend to do. Yeah. Like what do you think's like more likely in regards to like if your parents stayed together, are you more likely for you to break up when you've got kids?
Like history repeating.
Yeah.
Well, according to GCSE sociology, a monogamous family and some other type of family that I didn't pay attention to, it was a long time ago. If your parents split up, you're more likely to split up. If your parents, like May's parents haven't split up, they're still together, but she's got an ex-husband. But her culture's different. She's from an Indian culture. Do you know what I mean? I want to look at the big data. Different. So
yeah, cultures. So, you have to take so many aspects into
culturally. There's so many Indian women that will stay with their husbands, even if their husband's a dick, because they're not allowed to split up with their husbands.
Oh man,
that's a whole nother subject.
We've been talking for 2 hours.
I could go on all night. To be honest,
I know, but I don't even know if you're black, white, Indian, whatever.
But it doesn't matter.
No, I know it doesn't matter.
No, but it does. But culture does come into things.
The
culture does come into things. It does.
You said your ex was it Filipino? I saw
Filipino, but she's Filipino, but her dad was from Hackney and her mum's from the Philippines.
Where are you from? What is it? You like English?
Well, I was born in Bedford, lovely part of the world.
Bedford!
Yeah, for your holiday, it's beautiful. Yeah. They've got a really nice coast, a really nice beach, and everything.
Amazing.
But I grew up in Cambridge, just outside Cambridge.
I want to move to Cambridge.
So I say Cambridge, but I support Cambridge United. But ultimately, I grew up in Mildenhall, so no one knows where Mildenhall is.
I know. Listen. I know where Mildenhall is. You know why I know where Mildenhall is?
Airbase.
Motocross track.
Oh God! Right. This is for after. This is for after Discord chat. Right, we're going off subject. Right, let's tie it up then, because we've nearly done 2 hours.
Beck Row or something like that. Beck Row, something like that.
It's Mildenhall Speedway. Yeah, the Speedway.
Mildenhall Speedway Stadium. Mildenhall Speedway Stadium. Yeah. I've got a mate that rides. I've got a mate that rides there. I've got a mate.
I do.
Right, save that for the Discord chat.
Honestly, the Discord runs 24/7. People in there. I'm going to go in there in a minute. If you want to carry on the conversation,
I've got to go. I'll talk to you forever otherwise.
Yes,
I can't talk too much. So thank you.
Let's do that. Right, so let's just say,
let's organise something else.
Should we do this next? Should we try and do it every Friday at like 10 o'clock and try and get more people involved that might want to talk about this subject?
Well, yeah, as long as I'm not
right,
as I'm not, you know.
No.
Yeah, well, no, of course not. We're doing all right. We're trying.
Me and Pornhub going on a date on a Friday night.
But listen,
especially in lockdown.
Dude, use your Facebook group or whatever. People like
yes.
Do you know what I mean? Just like, honestly, you do. You do.
Now I know how this stuff works. I'll be sharing it.
Yeah.
And let's get some sort of really good debates going.
And
there's nothing wrong with disagreeing, people.
There isn't.
There's nothing wrong with disagreeing.
There isn't.
As long as you can accept. If I'm wrong, if I've got a different opinion, then educate me.
Yeah.
If it's, I didn't know all this stuff about Black history. I've always been I'm the most liberal person in the world ever, right?
Oh, this is Black Lives Matter.
Oh,
this is another.
I learned so much about history. I learned more about history.
Don't do it, Jason. Don't do Black Lives Matter. We'll do that. We'll do it on another show. We'll do a Black Lives Matter one.
Go on,
let's tie it up.
Honestly, you crack on.
Right, please let's tie it up because we're going
Yeah.
off on tangents
Yeah.
now and people start getting
I'm
bored.
sorry, shouldn't be talking about this. I'm talking too much. Sorry.
No, you're not.
No,
Absolutely, you're not.
Love you long time.
we
love
could
you long
talk-
time.
No, lay it out time.
Jason, just look at my Discord as it stands at the moment. Yeah, like there's a room there.
There's people want to talk to
You
you.
can go in there and chat if you want. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the stream now.
It's 5:12. It's 5:12. I've got to try and get a shag tonight.
Right, let's call it there, yeah, man. Do you want to say?
He's so horny, this guy.
Like, say goodbyes because we're gonna go play like a track on the way up.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Thank you.
Right.
Love
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Bye, bye,
Thank
man.
you, Jason. It's lovely talking to you.
Bye, bye.
So man, it's a fucking pistol, isn't it?
Are we still on?
Yeah, we're still on.
Right. Well, wow.
Yeah, man, I know. It did say he liked to talk though. You got he's honest. It does like to talk. I like to talk, so
The thing is, that's just one man's story. That's just one
Oh, yeah.
man out of millions, billions, maybe, of men that are suffering
yeah.
because they can't see their children.
He wants to
And
jump. He wants to jump in front of a train once a week.
Nah. I mean, we need to hear from more men. I mean, if you look on this Fathers' Rights UK, and you'll see the kind of stupid shit that men are putting up with from some of these women. I've seen some of the text chats. The woman won't let him see the kid because it don't fit in with the children's routine. Don't fit in with their routine. So he's not allowed to come up and pick the children
I
because
remember that.
their routine.
I remember that. The excuse why I couldn't see my dad is because of my routine. I was thinking, routine?
Yeah.
Routine? What do you mean routine? I didn't know what it meant for ages. I just said routine. I was like, I don't even know what it
Yeah.
means.
7 o'clock bedtime.
Yeah, it's like, what? Routine? Do you know what? Do you know when my mum? Honestly, this is an honest truth. But when my mum said routine, I thought she meant Clementine.
What? Like the fruit?
I mean when I right tot, like a right kid, like a like 4 or 5, 6 or whatever. When my parents broke up, when she said routine, I thought she meant like oranges. She's gonna wreck with your oranges, and then I got an orange the next day. That's what I mean. I got really confused by like all
Kids
of
do
that.
get confused. They don't understand what a bloody routine is. They
Yeah.
don't understand. They just know they've got to go to bed and that's it. They don't care what the fucking time is.
Yeah.
And I did see like one guy was like, oh, so the mum put the children to bed at 7 o'clock. And they literally sat in bed and watched the telly till 9 o'clock. And he's begging the mum, can I not just come and pick my kids up for an hour? Then it goes down to half an hour. Like, surely it must be easier for surely the kids can deviate from their routine. Yeah, but he's just so desperate to see his kids. He's like, surely their routine has to involve their dad. Surely I can pick them up for an hour rather than them laying in bed watching the telly. I can pick them up, take them to the park for a bit of exercise or whatever, and quality time with their dad. But she's like, no, their routine is 7 o'clock, and it's wrong. I just want to tie it up with any mums. I'd like to hear from some mums that are stopping the dads from seeing their children, and why?
Yeah.
Like, no matter
some-
what you
some
think
good
about
old
the dad.
argument. Yeah, good old
No,
argument,
well, yeah, it is good to argue because it gets a lot of truths out, and then you come to the conclusion of, yeah, actually, why am I stopping him from seeing the kids? I mean, in some cases, obviously, yeah, like if there's been domestic violence or whatever.
Look at Snowy, man. Honestly, like a routine sounds like an I can't talk, man.
Indoctrination.
Indoctrination.
It is. There shouldn't be
It is.
routine. There shouldn't. I mean, it's
You're
your dad.
It's fucking bang on that.
If there is any mums,
I love to
I'd
hate-
really
I
love to
hate
hear.
that
Can you
stuff,
shut
man.
up?
Go on.
If there's any mums, please, I want to hear why. Why are you stopping the dads from seeing their children? Routine is a weak example. Like, the dad should be not even part of the routine, but if you have to have a routine, you should fit in the dad somewhere, at least an hour a day or every other day or a weekend. He's got to be in the routine. Like, you can't cut him out. Yes, but I mean, like, the dads that want to be part, why have the dads got to go through the courts? I can understand if there's trust issues, if they've done something wrong, I don't know, but it doesn't matter what they've done to the mum. Like, just fucking stop it.
Yeah.
Stop
Nobody
it.
thinks about the children.
Yes, please
man.
think about your children.
Yeah.
Like, my mum always was like, oh no, your dad's this, your dad's that. I mean, my dad's not perfect. He's no angel. He's been to prison. He wasn't like the best dad, but he wanted to see me. Like, he used to follow me to school. He used to wait outside the school just to see me, and then he chased me through a housing estate, and I was so scared because my mum had made out he was such a fucking arsehole. He beat up my stepdad, but he wanted to see me, but it was so indoctrinated in me that my dad was bad and to stay away from him. But he wasn't bad, he just wanted to see me, and he was passionate about that. And when you're passionate about something, sometimes you've got to be angry.
Yeah.
So I just want to hear. I want to hear a woman's point of view as well. So it'd be good to get a woman on to talk.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. There's Lindsay Wallace. I know she's commented quite a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe get her someone that might a woman that might want to talk about it next time we're on. I'd just like to hear why are you stopping the men? Why is there so many women stopping men from seeing their dads?
No,
and so many men killing themselves over it.
I just going through his Facebook page and my own upbringing. I remember that, like I said, like it sounds like a silly joke. Like I honestly thought like routine meant Clementine or whatever, because my mum used that as an excuse all the time as well, and it seems to be a thing. Like bringing up a kid is like routine is important, don't get me wrong, but this is the thing. That's where Snowy hits the nail on the head. Indoctrination, you know, like our kids go to bed when they're tired, pretty much. Yeah, and
it's dinner time. You got to eat now. It's bedtime. You got to sleep now.
Like, it's like yeah.
I'm not going to sleep when you tell them to sleep.
I don't get it. Like, you know, like force feeding them so they puke. Like it's lunchtime.
Yeah, eat it all.
Nah. Eat all of your dinner now.
But I'm pretty sure if someone said, "Oh, Daddy's going to come round at 7 o'clock, take you over the park," they'd be like, "Yeah, I want to go to the park with Daddy." Like, why would you take that joy away from your kids?
Eat my peas, you say? Peas will be gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't. Someone just said something here. I had a friend whose woman could miss a visitation. Yeah. So Selena, you know, your dad's got to turn up. Your dad's got to turn up at 1 o'clock Saturday. If you don't turn up 1 o'clock Saturday, that's it. It's not seeing the kids anymore. Listen, ladies, the man is allowed to make mistakes. Granted, he can't do it every weekend. He can't let his kids down because they get excited Daddy's coming. But, you know, we're not all perfect. Humans make mistakes.
Man, I remember, like, my dad had to pick me up at 10 o'clock on a Saturday. And he'd get there at 10:30. And Mum would go like, nah. But I can see my dad, like, over there. Like, in the car park.
He might be 5 minutes late. Always late.
No, literally, like half hour, like, or an hour. But I'm like, well, I can see my dad out the window. It never made any sense to me. It was confusing. I'm trying to explain to you, it was confusing. And no one ever thinks about the kids, because I don't know, an hour, half hour, the importance, like military upbringing, and you know. And I think I was quite an intelligent kid growing up. I was more intelligent than most, yeah. So this is why I'm an empath, because it's just true. So I can just imagine like kids, whatever age you are, just being confused by that. What do you mean?
I can't see Daddy now.
I can see him right there. He's over there. What do you mean I can't go and see him?
No, it was like, computer says no.
Yeah, it's like like it was half hour late. I'm like, what? No, kids don't understand it on that level. They don't get it. They're like, no, he's over there. I can see him. Well, yeah.
Children need to see their dads.
Should put the uplifting trance on to get out of here.
No.
Are we still talking then?
Whether the mother likes the dad or not, that child is half of that human being. You have to make the child believe that they're a good half of that human being. If you try and make them believe that half of them is bad, or you often get, you're just like your father. Yeah. And then they believe that half of them is bad, and then they get self-hate. There's a lot of psychological issues there. We do need to do a part 2.
Yeah. They're not, man.
I want to hear from a woman. I want to hear from a woman. A mum.
Imagine being told that, like, you know, half of you is shit.
Because your dad is a fucking cunt.
Yeah, half.
Don't want nothing to do with him.
All the good things you do is because of me. All the shit stuff you do is because of your dad. Yeah. Or your mum. Yeah. You know, it's man. It's I don't know the word, man. It's
psychological.
It's cruel.
It's not good to make a little human being believe that half of them is bad.
It's torture. It's not good. It's torture, man. Honestly, it's torture.
Just because you don't turn up on a Saturday, one Saturday, you know, doesn't make you a bad person. Just because you may be half an hour late doesn't make you a bad person.
And what I've learned is, like, my own upbringing, I've seen before, like when you do go through that change, i.e. like puberty or whatever, and you start becoming a man, you know, it's confusing. I suppose it's like, I can't talk from a woman's perspective because I don't know. Whatever. I had two sisters. This is the thing. Like, we got to understand about us two is like she grew up in a mostly like male-dominated environment, and I grew up in a most female in a female-dominated environment. This is why, like, it's just one of them, yeah. But I can't speak from that side. But I want to speak from my side. Like, you becoming a man, you look to your father or whatever, but then you got your stepdad, and you're like, yeah, dad, but he's not me. So yeah, you end up in that weird conflict, but then you see like your dad like once a week or once every 2 weeks. So then like for that 2 weeks, you're like, you are a weirdo because you're like, I want to study my dad to see how he is in those situations and stuff or whatever. So you act weird, he acts weird. It's not like every Monday or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every day. Like it's just gradually learning to develop who you are. It's like staggered. You end up being like a staggered. And you do, like, you end up being behind in your development or whatever. Don't get me wrong, like, I had it like a classic because my stepdad and my dad are both cool. All right, so,
polar opposite.
yeah, I know, but that's why I have a dualistic personality. Like, but I realised that what impact it had on me. But at least like both of my they were good men. They were good men. But they are polar opposite, good men or whatever. But I have empathy to realise how much impact that has on kids, and what I hear a lot is that no one gives a fuck about the kids. They don't. It's just like a personal gratification. But as we mentioned in the chat before, I reckon at some stage they all grow through it. Like when the kids become adults and they have their own life, and they're not, and the kids aren't dependent anymore on them anymore. They're not asking anything from them anymore. All of a sudden, the parents get over it. They get over it. Like, oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, oh, we can be pals now. Like, they're not leeching off us anymore. They're not trying to take anything from us anymore. It's not any cost anymore. All of a sudden, they get over it.
Well, the biggest mistake a lot of parents make is, oh, they won't remember.
Yeah,
they were too young to remember.
Yeah.
Well, no, I remember the day my dad left.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Man.
I was 4, so I
remember.
remember.
I've had too many.
I remember.
I've had too many concussions since. Thank God.
I remember, and I told him I remember because my dad always goes, "Oh, no, I didn't do that. Oh, yes, you fucking did. Don't sit there and tell me you didn't do that." And he beat up my stepdad. Come down the road,
He's a big cunt,
swinging a fucking bat. I broke my stepdad's ribs. Probably deserved it, but you know, I was what was I then, like 10, watching that out the window. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. But anyway, let's tie this up. We'll do a part 2. It's getting late now. I think we've had too much to drink.
Yeah, but I don't know.
He's had too much to drink. I'm alright.
I'm alright. I'm gonna go.
If anyone wants to talk to me, just join me.
Alright. Anyway.
Good night, guys.
Let's do a salute. Come on.
We'll do a second up. Please, I want to hear from any dads struggling. I want to learn more, to be honest. I want to learn more, and I want to hear from some mums too. I'm
sure Jason will admit that he was a bit much, wherever, you know. But honestly, like, we haven't chatted to him before. That was completely organic. That was completely organic conversation.
Emotion. We're
emotion. Yeah.
It's all new to all of us.
Oh man, I hate it when like people are like, oh, you haven't phrased it right. You haven't, right. You called someone a cunt. Like real life situations or whatever, And I appreciate him. I hope you guys did.
I did.
Too.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
And please join us again. Right, we're going to cut it off here now because I need to go to bed because I've got children to get up with in the morning. Thank God.
Let's end it with some.
Love you. Love you. Thank you, guys.
Still going.
Love you.
Let's leave it. It's a long old stream, this one. How long's it been going for?
2 hours, man. 2 hours. Time to go.
2 hours, is it?
It needs editing. I love you. See you soon. Turn it off. Get the glow sticks out or turn it off, one or the other.
You got the tunes on. I'll be in the Discord. I'll be in the Discord in a bit. All right. I'll be in the Discord.
I'm gonna be at the neighbours having a drink.
Yeah.
Fade out. Fade out.
Fading out. We're fading out.
Good night, Matty Rumble. Good night, Zelly Z.
Mate,
Good night, Lindsay.
mate, come in the Discord. I'm gonna be here in a bit, man. I just have to dismount this shit, put it down the shed, but I'll be there, man. Don't worry.
Hit the like button.
And then the notification. You hit the like and the notification button.
Good night, Lindsay Wallace. I feel like Lindsay Wallace needs to call in.
Yeah. Lindsay needs to call in.
I want to talk to a lady. It's all too
I had a bit
male-orientated.
of a split screen going on, so I don't even know how many people were watching. I didn't even know.
Not that many.
10.
What's ROTF, mate?
Alright. Whatever. Right.
Right, off to fuck.
Can't find the button now.
I'm off now. Is it off? Don't want to say anything inappropriate if it's still going.
just hit the end.
Is it Discord now, is it?
What's that do? I'll show you when to end it. Yeah, I want to end it, yeah.